Want to play some pool?
Who, me?
It's Bank Shot, an electronic pool game. You can queue up and shoot. For a break.
Wow!
You can plan cushion shots.
It went in!
Right. With Bank Shot, you can play straight pool, poison pool, and set up trick shots.
Tricky! Want to play some pool?
6 penlight batteries not included. Bank Shot, an electronic pool game new from Parker Brothers.
Let your feelings show wherever you go. If you can put your feelings into words, Spidell has the perfect place to put them. A Spidell Ident bracelet. It shows that special someone how you really feel. Let your feelings show wherever you go. Put your feelings into words on a Spidell Ident.
The L's are gone from our alphabet.
Must be Nasty McEvil. Let's get him. Post-alphabet cereal. Part of this nutritious breakfast. It's doggone good.
Now you can play with 2 new Alfie rescue scenes with alphabet stickers.
Look, Nasty, silly me out. No, I won't. Here comes Alfie. Ribbit.
1 set of stickers in each specially marked box of post-alphabet cereal.
It's Uncle Remus telling it as it is about all those wonderful critters. Brer Rabbit, Brer Fox, Brer Bear.
Hey, there ain't nothing in here except bees.
It's warm and alive with excitement. It's that zippity doo-dah picture. Walt Disney's Song of the South, rated G.
Now playing at theaters and drive-ins everywhere. Check your newspaper for one near you. The Oregon State Beavers take on the Portland Pilots Saturday at 7:30 on KPTV 12 Portland.
Great American Furniture's Christmas sale is going on now, and we have a tremendous selection of great gift ideas. Like our biggest selection ever of top-quality catnapper recliners in vinyls, velvets, Herculons, and leather. Right now, you save 10 to 30% while our supply lasts. Or just for the fun of it, these versatile high-back scoop chairs only $39 each. Use our convenient credit plan and don't make your first payment till next year. That's Great American Furniture in Beaverton.
Now that you've had a drink, oh, what a time to think.
Wow, I could have had a V8.
You start the wheel, I'll shape the clay. They made it.
They made it with Pottery Craft. With Pottery Craft. With the Pottery Craft Potter's Wheel, batteries not included, you can spin pots, mugs, and dishes. Next day, when they're dry, you can decorate them the way you like.
They made it. They made it.
Hey, that looks great.
With Pottery Craft. The Pottery Craft Potter's Wheel, with everything you need to make air-dried pottery. By Gabriel.
A lot of the people who come to the Schick Centers for the Control of Smoking have tried to quit on their own.
I tried to quit a lot of times on my own, and it just didn't work.
When I tried quitting on my own, there was always a reason to just take one more.
I was not successful.
And then they went to Schick.
I knew Monday, the first day that I went to the Schick Center, that it was going to work.
I knew after the second day of therapy.
After going to Schick, I lost all urge to smoke.
In Portland, call 288-5911.
What a blue ribbon day.
Open a beer. What do you hear? Why, it sounds like Pabst. Listen here.
Pabst.
Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. Pabst is the beer that speaks for itself. It speaks with authority. It says, well done, now have a beer. It speaks of fellowship and good cheer. It says it in one word, listen here.
Pabst.
Pabst speaks for itself. It says, well done. Here's your refreshing reward. For all your Blue Ribbon moments, make it Pabst, because Pabst makes it perfect. Pabst Blue Ribbon, so much better for so little more.
What do you fucking commie? Huh?
No, I ain't no commie.
Oh, you better not be. I don't want no commies in my car. No Christians either.
Still a stupid. It's such a fine line between stupid and clever. Yeah, it's just clever.
That's right. Fine line between stupid and clever, people. Remember that always. It's Friday night. You know what that means? It's time for the motherfucking cream stream. That's right. Back out of the Sulog. We are free again, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty. We're free at last. Yeah, we were in the gulag, as it were. We got a nice full house with some different chemistry in here. I like it. Mr. Bubonic from that we did the ice cream thing on Sunday. He's joining us tonight as our guest.
Howdy, howdy.
Bubonic for you. Greetings.
Howdy, howdy. Yeah,
amen. Yeah, and I always try to offer that to the Sunday person the next Friday. So, and a lot of them turned down, but I'm glad that Bubonic didn't, because we got some interesting stuff in store. And with that aside, we're going to start with A for Atema.
Hi, everybody.
BE is for Becca.
Hey, guys.
BL is for Blind Press.
Yo.
C is for She Gone.
Hey, everybody.
R is for Roasted Opinions.
Good evening, my freaky darlings.
Exactly. And no S tonight because Stone Monkey got to work. Sometimes you got to pay them bills. And T is for Trippy.
I was looking for my clown horn. There it is.
There it is.
I found it.
You found it.
What's up, everybody?
Just
in the chat there, yeah.
Yeah, you need to get one of those real ones. So like next time you're honking on, well, you know where I'm going with that.
Oh yeah, I can hold it over my head. Just be banging. Hang it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's an
amazing bad visual.
Yeah.
You guys know that ladies don't like it when you smile really big while having sex? They don't like it.
No.
That's what it's like a Joker smile.
Yes.
Hey, we finally the chat box decided to work now, so good. Yay! Small things, because I fucked with it for like an hour and a half, so I was getting tired of it.
Was it an OBS?
It was. I had to. Yeah, it was slobs. I had to log out and then log back in. So they added something to it. You know, of course, nobody's just like ever going to like say, you know what, this is perfect just like it is. So let's just keep it just like it is.
No, you got to fix what's not broken.
Exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we got to fix it because it ain't broke.
And if it works better, you got to fix it again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We call that government, right?
Exactly. Let's say to some people in the chat. I saw the goat man. I thought I saw you, man. Nice to have your blessing night tonight. Mason Mopus, of course. Greetings, Sir MC. What's up, man? Sheargrath. What's up? Let's see. Those are BECCA people. Gulf City Johnny Blaze. I salute you, sir. Fat and drunk. I feel attacked. No, it's hey, man. It's just it's a reference to Animal House. BECCA had never seen it until last night. So,
it was fun.
It's a
seriously?
Yes, it still holds up. It still holds up.
BECCA.
Yeah.
Could you have seen Animal House?
Aw.
Like, I just watched Porky's a couple months back too. Like, I'm very behind in the movie culture.
Okay. You need to watch Blazing Saddles if you haven't.
Oh my God!
We saw that one.
Okay.
And everything by Monty Python.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we're working on it. I think Bon Taco wants to get me into Star Wars too, because I've never seen Star Wars.
You must know. Okay, my chemistry teacher hadn't either.
All right, that's Thomas the Great. Greetings. Ann Frankenberry. Greetings. Mr. Scott, what's up, man? Let's see. Green Badger Outdoors. Dumb Beard, what's up, man? I thought I'd see Dumb Beard. Ryan Walters. Green Badger, I said hey. All right. FTW Nell, there you are, man. Pete, Hate Camel, Ryan Walters. We got a shitload of awesome people. Whoa, Mason Mopus donates $10. Thank you, sir. I salute you. And says, I love you, you friggin' nerds. Also, no demon tranny. All right. Well, we haven't gone to the page yet. I don't know.
Trying to preemptive.
Does that count? I guess doing a preemptive demon tranny. All right, we'll pull the cleansing flames of God and get rid of the demon tranny. All right, I like that preemptive thought, man. It's a good idea. Good idea. All right, get them blast flames out. All right, it's been sanitized. They said. There we are. Now we're in the 2 minutes of hate room.
Sweet.
2 minutes of hate.
Yeah. Yes. So it's kind of rolling around now that this is the room where I guess everybody gets 2 minutes to shoot at something they want to shoot at for the week. But we'll begin with guests. Bubonic, do you have anything you want to yell for 2 minutes of hate at?
No, I'm a happy boy, man. I'm pretty nice. I got bit by a dog today. That was a bad way but it got me the day off. And then my neighbor girls brought over me a brand new soccer ball, man, to make me feel better. So I ain't hating on anything, man. Like, shit. I hate on pedo cops, but I want to ruin the show. It'll just become about that in my head for like.
I told you to stop delivering mail when people didn't ask for it.
Oh, see, my neighbor's his house. Okay, it's like one of those where the door's right on the sidewalk. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I had just left, and as I was walking past this house, him and his dog walked out, and I was just like almost stepped into him, but was in between him and the dog.
Oh.
And it was just, and the thing is, the bitch of it is this dog's bitten people before. It's never had a problem with me.
So it's a Joe Biden dog.
Yeah, and this is like that one time there that I'm like, because I got an actual chomo living next door to me on the other side of me, and that's why I was so tense walking out my house, because now every time I walk out my house, I want to like stab someone in the throat. And so, yeah.
Did he have to come over to your house and be like, I'm a sex offender?
No. Actually, he tried to be all cutesy about it. I need to go get printer ink because I printed up some flyers that we're going to post up all over the neighborhood. We had this great neighborhood girls. These like 15-year-old girls like paraded up, and because he likes to work on his car out in front of his house, they kept parading up in front of up and down the street, and then he'd have to go back inside every time they go by.
That's
and then
funny.
finally, he got mad and yelled at him, and they called the cops, and he went to jail for a month. So we're working on it.
Oh.
We got a crew on him.
Dang, that's organized.
Yeah, we don't fuck around in my neighborhood, man.
Apparently not, man. Apparently not.
I'm done.
No, that's cool, man. Okay. All right. Timma, we'll start with you. 2 minutes.
I'm really, really done with the mask people, dude. So, like, really done. So I took all my kids, all my daughters. Well, okay, no, my oldest didn't want to go. So my 2 youngest daughters. So I have my 14-year-old and my 9-year-old with me. And we are all wearing different styles of gypsy face veils because it allows my kids to breathe and fuck these people. So, and they're pretty and the kids don't mind wearing them and stuff. So it, whatever. So we go in Fred Meyer's, and this fucking bitch, she is probably 70 years old, and she comes walking up, and she goes, excuse me, are those masks up to code? And I start laughing in the bitch's face because, first of all, code? Fuck are you talking about, up to code? I don't think those masks are up to code. Well, okay, I've been wearing them the whole time, so I don't know what your fucking problem is. And she like freaked out on me and said, you wear them inside the store. So she tried to go to management, and management went, meh. So, because we still go in all the time, so, whatever. But fuck these fucking crazy fucking mask people. I'm over it, dude. I'm so over it. You can fuck off.
How do you really feel about that?
Oh, that's actually not, but we'll leave it at that. I'm trying to be nice.
You're doing a great job.
I'm sure I am. Okay, I'm done.
All right. Becca?
Your title tonight is very fitting. Fat, drunk, and stupid. I got to deal with my own fat, drunk, and stupid dumbass on the internet. Richo8181. He's out there all over everybody's live streams, putting out my personal business, talking his shit, and recruiting some other girls to do the same. And I just keep blocking him. But that dumbass keeps stalking me. So he showed up to Bonsaco's stream the other night. We invited him on, and it was therapeutic to tell him to fuck off. And then, the pussy that he is, he reported the stream, and Johnny was struck. So,
did Johnny save that stream any other way?
He can download it straight from StreamYards.
Yeah, he should do that.
That night got struck.
Yeah, so he got a copyright claim for the video that we played at the end. He edited the video, it was back up, and then today it was reported for child abuse. So it's a Richo thing. That's what he likes to report Johnny for, because Johnny streams with his 15-year-old son, so he considers that to be child abuse. So it's his second strike on his channel.
Like,
and I'm sure
I didn't hear Moo abuse him very much.
Just the fact that Moo
I was psychological abuse. It really was. Like, I went after the dude in a very, very knife to the heart way.
Yeah. This dude
I made him cry. I made him cry purposefully. Made that motherfucker cry.
It was a great cycle of him being very charming and apologetic, and then he goes straight from that to anger if that didn't work on us, and then from anger to crying.
His lost love.
Yeah, and so
and that was it.
He showed up. We don't fuck with him. I've got him blocked everywhere. That doesn't stop him from searching for me on Twitter, even though the bastard's banned from Twitter, and seeing who's tweeting me, who I'm tweeting. Apparently he's checking in on me on Facebook, even though I have him blocked there. So yeah, I want nothing to do with the dude, but he can't take no for an answer.
Right? That's fucking shameful.
I mean, it's been since January since I completely cut him off, and he just can't get over it. And his excuse for putting my shit out on the internet, and it's very personal, something that I told him, we were friends for like 2 years. And because I won't say hi to him is his excuse for putting my personal business.
It's the only way you can get her to give him attention.
Yeah,
it's the only way.
He talks shit about my kids. He threatens to like beat up my husband. Good luck to you, son.
Jeez, that would be a bad idea too.
But
I'm sorry. I laughed really loud there. I'm so sorry.
You do
Pack a
not.
lunch, you'll be at it all day.
That's the one thing you shouldn't like. I'm sorry. Like you talk shit on a person all you want, but fucking leave their kids.
Yeah, he makes it very personal. Like he claims that I went after him on a personal level regarding his grandmother. And what I said was, how are you able to take care of her? And that's a personal attack against his grandmother and his fucked up.
The one he told us he wished she was dead, that she would just go ahead and fucking die.
Yeah, he said, God bless her soul, but I wish she would die already so I can get back to my life. I mean, he said the same shit about a friend that he has that has cancer. He's like, I wish she would just fucking die because I'm tired of her messaging me about her cancer.
Holy shit.
This guy is a piece of shit, so.
Jesus. Yeah, well, no, wait, hold on, Becca. He's from Australia, though.
He's Australian, and that's how Australians behave, according to him. Pete,
Right.
I see you in chat. You're a good guy, my man.
He's the Tonka Saw of Australia.
But Australia, guys, that's his whole excuse for all of his behaviors and the way he acts and all that shit at the same time.
Right.
So is Richo kind of like fuckwit?
I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worse. Yeah.
I don't know. From when I
It
know,
would be
of
like
Scooby-
fuck with a head injury.
yeah, from when I know of Scooby, he kind of reminds me of Scooby.
Okay, so it would be fuckwit with a head injury.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a great description for him. But that's my 2 minutes of hate. He's probably dirty lurking right now too. So
Probably. I was looking in chat to see if he would show.
Oh, there he is.
banned.
Look. Oops.
Oh.
But yeah, he dirty lurks on Irate's channel because Irate banned him for his bullshit.
Well, actually, he's unbanned now. So.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, if he wants to. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you want to let me get a hold of him?
And we don't need to let anybody get a hold of him. He's got a hold of himself. He's his own worst enemy, man. You know, it's like I don't know, man.
He holds himself at night thinking about Becca.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't need to think about somebody holding himself.
Sorry, Becca.
Yeah, every time you guys say that, it makes me uncomfortable, but I can't say you're not wrong, so.
Knowledge. He didn't deny it when I brought it up. I mean,
Yeah. That's just weird.
Gross.
Man. All right, moving on. Blind Press, what about your 2 minutes of hate?
So it's my turn, right? 2 minutes of hate. Okay, so I am dealing with fucking lockdown still. And health officials have said that they would be surprised if the lockdown was lifted by the end of May when it was supposed to be lifted. And it's really fucking we're dealing with remote, like, online learning, which is a joke. And we're also dealing with, as Atema said, like, it's not as bad. Like, most of the people in our neighborhood don't care. They don't wear masks outside, like, to the park and whatever, and a bunch of us are always at the park playing with the kids are playing. But there are a couple of the crazies that are, like, making their kids' lives miserable and not letting them play with other children. And, like, there was this one little girl who wanted to go play on the playground, and her mom was like, no, you have to wear, if you want to go play on the playground, you have to wear your mask. And this is an outside playground. So the mom wants her kid to wear a mask while she's outside playing. And, like, nobody else is wearing a mask at the park. And the little girl, like, turns to my son and she's like, well, he doesn't have to wear a mask. And the mom is like, yes, well.
Jeez.
And I'm just like, okay, I am not going to start a fight with a fucking Karen in front of my children. I am not going to start a fight with a fucking Karen in front of me. Right? Like, I'm just sitting there with that mantra going through my head. It's just like this, you know, holier than thou, you know, yes, well. Like, fuck you, bitch. Like, we're outside, the sun is shining, and you want your kid to wear a mask. And you're
gonna
wearing
wear
a
it
mask.
swimming too.
There are actually Canadian health officials that have legitimately said you should wear a mask when you're fucking.
Oh, okay. It's probably because they don't fuck. They don't realize you breathe a little heavy.
Well, I was going to point out the obvious that if you're wearing a mask outside, you're actually slowing down the decay of the virus.
Ew.
Well, no, because the mask slows your air.
Yeah.
So you're not killing the virus as much as you should be if you're wearing the mask.
Hey, people, don't forget to hit that like button and share this motherfucker. Just saying.
You're not bringing in clean air.
Exactly.
Cycled
But the
air.
sun is the most effective killer of the virus.
That's what they were saying from the start.
Yeah.
And then
so
summer hit,
wearing
they were
a
like,
mask
"Oh."
outside, well, wearing a mask outside makes no sense if the sun is the most effective killer of the virus.
Yeah, exactly. But nah, they want to do what Fucci Boy says. Fucci.
How hard is it to teach your own kid basic reading, writing, and math? Well, when you're totally blind, it's really kind of hard to check their writing and stuff. Just saying. Yeah, it's just a little.
Trap Vision asking that.
Yeah.
That guy's a retard. Like physically and mentally, he's he was in the womb a little bit too long, you know, and his head got squeezed. So they'll take him too seriously. Yeah.
All right. So, all right. So, are you done with your 2 minutes there, Miss Blind Press?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. All right. Shigon?
Sort of hard to follow all you. I mean, you have a lot of stories. Like, I guess, like, I kind of want to piggyback and just say, like, yeah, fuck this mask stuff. God, it's just, like, we just got, like, our governor just brought up the new, you know, stay-at-home guidelines and everything. And a friend of mine, she got this opportunity to, she has like her own foraging business, like wild foods and stuff. And she was gonna do like a talk like early in the morning on Friday, and I was like really excited to watch it. But instead, I had to go to this stupid meeting, listening to the state go over the whole executive order, which I didn't give two shits about. But anyway, all the health inspectors had to be in on that meeting. So of course they're gonna start opening stuff up, and you know, now that there's Democrats in charge.
So do you have to like stick your finger in people's butts?
You know.
Yeah, check it for the virus like that. That's how you do it.
I'm not that kind of health inspector.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you close down Bob's Burgers?
Sorry.
I get asked that. I have shut places down, but that's extremely rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, extremely rare. It's not like not a usual thing at all. But yeah, this whole mask thing. One of them, and this is the part that really gets me. Everything can open up pretty much with no mask mandate in a couple months. Or if 70% of people in Minnesota get the vaccine, then we can just open up tomorrow everything. It's like bullshit. You're making this up, and like my parents are like, "You gonna get the vaccine?" I'm like, ugh. All those anti-vaxxers. Well, if they wanted to open up, now they know what to do. They have a choice. I'm just like, pfft. Anyway.
How it went from people being anti-vaxxers all the way to the government being like, you have to take this vaccine.
See, this is okay. So this is my.
And
problem.
I'm not anti-vaxxer. I just have to
This
say
is
that.
well, this is my problem with people who aren't sure about the COVID vaccine being labeled as anti-vaxxers, because this is a literally brand new vaccine that is not fully approved yet.
Yes,
right?
when I
So,
see that to people,
like,
they think I'm making it up.
That reasoning with people who are like, don't get the measles shot because there's mercury in it and it'll kill you. Like, fuck off. They're not the same people. Like,
No, they're not. But it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
And we do want to remind the people on YouTube that we recommend everything the WHO and CDC tell you to do. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Just saying. So we don't get dinged for misinformation.
Love the leader.
Fearless leader, great. Fearless leader, great. All right, so you want to? All right, so we're moving on. Are you good, Shagon, or?
Yeah, I mean, mostly I'm like kind of up and down. My emotions are going crazy because my body's getting all weird with this thing growing in it, and but just,
I thought she was talking about a tumor. It's like, fuck.
For a second I did too, and then I was like, wait a minute. Nah.
Some people call it that. I don't know.
It's a clump of cells. Well, it won't come out with teeth. Hopefully.
I thought I felt it move the other day, and it freaked the hell out of me. It was like really uncomfortable and weirded me out. I don't know if I'm making it up or what.
It's gonna be like Freddy Krueger when he was pushing his way through that wall.
Oh God! Don't freak her out.
How
far along are you?
I'm almost 17 weeks.
Okay. Yeah. It's so hard to figure out if you can feel it at that stage, though. You're like, did I feel it, or am I imagining things?
Is that gas? I don't know.
It's like, it feels like little gas bubbles.
Yep.
Is that the baby, or is that the 3 burritos I just ate?
That's pretty much that's the guessing game you get to play.
Yeah, just trying to focus on the positive shit, It's all good.
Yeah.
Someone else can Wait, I want to ask a quick question. Is the 2 minutes I hate, is that like 2 minutes in heaven? Is that game?
No, that's 7 minutes in heaven.
That's 7 minutes. If
You
you only need,
you can do a lot in 7 minutes, man.
if your guy only needs 2 minutes, man, then lady, like you got gypped, man.
You got gypped.
Maybe
That's
I'm
a
kinda
racist term,
innocent. I don't know. I thought it was just like kissing. I don't know.
Sometimes it's kissing, I guess.
It's called efficiency. 4 kids, 8 minutes, done.
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
Something.
So
That was awesome.
roasted.
Okay, I have a 2-minute timer because I really want to get this across to people. This is totally unrelated to what we've been talking about. But guys, in your wallets, you should have this little plastic card with your picture on it. It's called an ID. If you want to drive down the road, you need your ID. If you want to buy cigarettes, you need your ID. If you want to buy alcohol, you need your ID. If you want to cash a check, you need your ID. IDs are pretty freaking important. Why are people walking around without their ID? Why are oh my God, I forgot. Don't forget your ID. And if you do forget your ID, realize that it's your fucking problem that you forgot your ID. Go home and get it before you try to do something that you need your ID for, like buying cigarettes or buying alcohol or driving a freaking car.
Buying a Hustler
This
magazine.
isn't hard.
Yeah.
This isn't hard. This is hard to figure out. It's not an inconvenience. It is certainly not grounds to trash a store. I cannot believe the stupidity of people doing this, just absolutely tearing up a convenience store, making those poor people work harder, and risking going to jail in the process because they forgot their ID, and the people behind the counter literally cannot sell them cigarettes because they look like they might be still in their teens.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every state in the United States has some sort of law that says under 40 we must ID you.
Correct.
This is not a new concept. It's been around for years. If you are smart enough to buy cigarettes, then you're smart enough to carry your ID. If you're not smart enough to carry your ID, then you're not smart enough to smoke. You're liable to set your hair on fire trying to light your cigarette.
So you're telling me
that's my 2 minutes.
You're telling me that like your ID is like the papers, the Soviets used to have to carry around, or just the same thing.
Except that people can't stop you at random times and just ask to see your ID because you happen to be walking down the street. Well, at least not in like normal places. In New York, maybe.
Stop and frisk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the same
Are
thing.
you sure about that, man? Because I live in a rough neighborhood. I've seen it.
No shit. All right, Trippy, 2 minutes.
I really don't have anything.
Really?
All
right.
I mean, fat, lopsided ass motherfuckers that talk shit on the internet and then run away from people for talking shit on the internet. That's pretty funny, but I don't really hate it. Fucking motherfucker looks like Harvey Weinstein on a bad day, but that's just his problem.
Dude.
I'm a fake motherfucker.
All right. Well, and with that, we're going to go ahead and move into the TV room.
There's a stunt cock in chat, and I can't help but love that name.
Stunt cock. That's right.
Call it the stunt cock.
There's no
He's
cock
in our
like
circle,
stunt
Trippy.
cock.
That's an amazing name.
You know who that is, but you don't. I don't know if he wants to share who he is, but you know.
It's Johnny.
No. I won't out him, but I know who that is. Good guy, good guy.
Dark Star 6909, $20. I'm loving Arkansas, all right? The South is truly beautiful. Ever since I got here, I feel like those people who escaped North Korea or China made it to the U.S. I haven't been this happy in years. Welcome to the South, Dark Star.
Good job.
That's right. Arkansas is cool. We eat. It's like when Alabama plays Arkansas, it's a ritual that we eat. You have to eat barbecue for good luck, because them piggies can be unpredictable.
It's been about 15 years since Arkansas had a team, and I live in Arkansas.
Well, sometimes they can be really, Mr. Scott, $2. Is your performance lacking? Don't worry, just call his name, Stuntcock. He'll be there. Okay. Did I sell that, y'all?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it. All right. Make sure we got. We're gonna put the screen thing, and I'm gonna put it on 480.
Hey, Malevolent, how you doing, buddy?
How's the Ryder out there?
Yeah.
Hey, Ryder.
Hey, Ryder. What's up, man?
I love that guy, man.
Right.
I love his dad. If you've ever met his dad is so cool, man. Like, I got to talk to his dad once, and he's just cool.
I don't know for sure. I might have talked to him once, but it was probably on like the cunt stream or something, and we probably got Ryder in a bunch of trouble. I feel like that may have actually happened. I just can't quite remember. Sometimes Ryder beats up his brother.
All right, so all right, we'll go ahead and start out. All right, this first roll, like I said, it's focused on COVID and shit. I don't know, man. We're getting some kind of schizophrenic shit going on the screen now, and now it's off. That was weird. Did y'all catch that?
I missed it.
Man.
Or it hasn't happened yet on my end.
It was like a gay thunderstorm.
Oh, shit.
What does a gay thunderstorm sound like?
I don't know. It's just,
Fabulous! Every time
it was bright and shiny. You know, it's like, oh, fabulous. And all right, so here we go. All right, let me make sure I got the audio with the right. Want to be able to hear it, right?
That would be good.
What the fuck is she wearing?
We'll party as a nation when we get immunization, maybe by the 4th of July. Hugging on my mind, giving you high fives, getting close to normal life. I feel like I need a little antibody boost to inoculate me at the perfect time. It's Pfizer,
Taking a bikini. Is it about the vaccine?
The bottoms are huge on her.
She's got like multiple.
She's got a belt. Oh, if you're vaccinated, you should still wear the mask.
Can I get the vaccine taken out of my arm now?
Me too.
Let me stay on the subject of kids because
Completely
summer camps are
unmotivated.
coming up and a lot of parents are looking forward to sending those kids
Oh,
out and
this
hoping they have a
jackass.
great summer since they weren't able to last summer.
Yeah.
But the CDC guidelines right now for kids in summer camp say masks must be worn at all times, even outdoors, by everyone, including vaccinated adults and children as young as 2 years old, and campers should stay 3 feet apart, even outdoors. My question to you is, given what research shows about transmission outside, about the low risk of serious illness in
Right.
children, are these
No, these
CDC
people don't have
guidelines
sex.
excessive?
Definitely don't have kids.
You know, I wouldn't call them excessive, Savannah, but they certainly are conservative. and I think what you're going to start to see is really in real time, continually
They don't have procreative
reevaluating that for its practicality.
Like, you know, what
'Cause
they
you're right,
have
people
and
look
they
at
call
that and they
sex
say,
isn't gonna
well,
produce
is that being a little bit too far right now?
Yeah, because aren't we supposed to be? I mean, we've been told people
Toya
Christian
on
for
the
a year follow the
Streamlabs.
science. The science doesn't
Right.
suggest those CDC
Thank you,
guidelines.
Toy,
For
$5.
little kids
Thank
outside in
you.
90-degree heat running around with masks.
She didn't say nothing.
Yes, Savannah, you've asked me that question
No.
a couple of times before.
I'm asking for 2 kids named Vale and Charlie, age 6 and 4.
Yeah, well, you're right. The CDC makes decisions based on science. They will continually reevaluate that. You're right. It looks a bit strict, a bit stringent.
Did you catch that? You keep asking me that. Like, you need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Because we want all 50 answers.
I love it though, because you can tell Fauci is, you know, he's starting to get a little, he's starting to bow up on people. I've noticed that.
You're
shit.
right.
Irritated,
The CDC
yeah.
makes decisions based on
He's
science.
the
They will
grandpa whose
continually
grandkids say, "Do I have to
reevaluate
go
that. You're
visit
right.
him?"
It looks a bit strict,
Yeah.
a bit stringent, but that's the reason why they keep looking at that and trying to, reevaluate on literally in real time.
Do we
whether
really
or
have
not
to
that's
go to
the practical
Grandpa's?
way to
He's
go.
going to give
The
us
really
carrot
frustrating
sticks
thing about
again.
this chart is that they've spent
not
months,
Trevor
they spent
Noah's
5
ugly
months
ass.
Okay.
telling us to get vaccinated. Oh, get
Listen.
vaccinated.
Oh, no, listen
and
to
will
this.
be
This is
over.
cool.
Get vaccinated. And I was like, great, I'll get all the 4 vaccines if it means I'll get my life back. But now they're putting out a chart and it says even if you get vaccinated, you can only do 2 more things without a mask on? 2? Guys, what the hell? The shit you're saying to people is
Who's this guy and
incoherent.
why am I supposed
You're
to
telling
care?
us these new vaccines are 95%
Trevor
effective
Noah.
and will stop
Daily
coronavirus.
Show now.
But we still can't do anything without a mask on.
Okay.
Wait, which is it? Is this
You
one of the most
replaced Jon
effective
Stewart.
vaccines in the history of the world, or does it not
Air
work?
quotes.
It's
First
not
time
really
in like
messaging,
3 years that he's actually
He's
made
the only
sense.
liberal that's making any big pushback on the mask thing and the orders, not being
Yeah.
Not a big
consistent.
pushback though. He
But
could have started doing
but
this.
still, he got some shit for this, right?
Good.
I'm
But
sure,
he'll
yeah.
probably apologize.
Oh, yeah.
I bet he
If you're
apologizes
desperately
for it.
trying to convince people to
This
get
wasn't
the
the first
vaccine.
time either, was it?
Can you
Didn't
imagine
he-
if every time you ordered an Uber, it said, oh, your Uber's coming in 5 minutes, but maybe also get a lift, just in case.
Who are the groups we're targeting on the vaccination? Youthful and the doubtful. And there is an attitude that they'll be fine. Why should they take the vaccine? Maybe you will get a long haul syndrome that we're not really sure what it is yet, but a lingering consequence of COVID.
Did you just rumsfeld
Or
us
maybe you
about
go home and kiss
COVID?
your grandmother
Yes.
Yep.
and wind up
so
killing
now-
your grandmother.
I don't know.
the
Brett.
vaccine.
diagram
I
of
don't
young
know.
men
People sick.
utilizing COVID-19 and smashing their testicles
in our face
That's about right.
for the last
There's
year.
two people.
It also
Yeah. I thought that was
represents
one
the
guy for a
bad
second.
taste they left in our mouth.
Just
Difficult with all the glitches, but it ended up being pretty good.
which is
I definitely prefer it this way.
Yeah, this is the president and Dr. Jill Biden. Remember, she's a doctor.
standing up over the plastic borders. Yeah, that's
They're
gonna help.
asking the kids how real school compares to doing the home version, right? And it's an interesting answer. And that was a classic comment that Cuomo said. Yeah, you could kill your grandmother. It was like, what the fuck?
He tried to kill your grandmother already.
Well, yeah, right. And then he's saying, we want you to spread it and kill your grandmother.
Right.
I mean, he literally used that phrase.
Say that to a child. Like, why would you say that to a child?
I'm talking about how he shoved all those sick people.
Oh
in with
no,
old
I
people.
know. Like, it's extra horrible because of what he did.
Mhm.
But I mean, like, why would you unnecessarily tell a kid you shouldn't go to school or camp or whatever because you could kill your grandmother? Like, what the fuck?
No shit. It's pretty tone deaf.
It's not
It's
going to
child
be.
abuse.
It's not going to be the people coming out and saying, it makes sense that we've got a vaccine, get the vaccine, and we'll all get back to normal. It's not going to be those people that keep us from being able to get out of this fucking never-ending nightmare. It's going to be the people that are saying, go get your shots, but you still got to wear a mask because you might infect other people. How?
Okay, if I've already fucking had it, I'm not getting the shot.
Exactly.
Yeah. We
you
got to
got
get
the
to
antibodies-
herd immunity, right? That was the big deal. We got to get to herd immunity. That means you either got to have COVID and recover, or you got to get the vaccine. We got people. I know people that are getting the COVID vaccine after they've already had and recovered from COVID. Just to be on the safe side.
What?
Just to be on the safe side, because they want to get the masks off. They want to get the restrictions off, and they're still not lifting the restrictions.
Holy shit. Carly Gross donates $50?
Holy shit.
Shit, dude.
Wow.
Fauci is the first demon tranny. So thank you, Carl. I agree. I totally agree with that. Thank you. God damn. $50.
Yeah.
It's like,
awesome.
it makes me, I don't know, it's just, I get weird. I feel strange. I feel funny.
Funny.
I feel funny down there.
A tickle.
All right, we'll keep on going. Shut up, Irene. Oh, stop it, brain. Stop. Negative. Stop it. Yeah.
And of course, I go with you. Got to thrill up your leg there, Irene.
I've got this inner Steven Crowder ripoff, man, and he's really not funny, but he wants to say stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? So I got to just tell him to shut the fuck up. All right.
No. Sometimes when your student's paying attention to something else, you can eat. If we're really tired, then we can take a little nap.
Frustrated students telling President Biden how they feel about remote learning today, but complaints like those are apparently being ignored. Instead, a new report suggests the Biden administration allowed a powerful teachers union to influence school reopening guidelines. Emails first reported by the New York Post show frequent communication between top CDC officials and the American Federation of Teachers. In at least 2 instances, the union offered up language suggestions that were reportedly adopted nearly verbatim into the final text of the document that the CDC put out. Both the CDC and the teachers union say this type of communication is just routine. The union telling Fox News, quote, "The AFT represents 1.7 million educators, healthcare professionals, and public employees who spent the last 14 months serving on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic. So naturally, we have been in regular touch with the agency setting policy
they didn't.
that affect
They
their
were
work
serving
and
from
lives,
home.
including the CDC. So there hasn't been a FOIA haul like this since maybe the Hillary Clinton emails that came out during that campaign. Jesse, I'm going to give you permission to make any sort of analogy. I'm assuming that you have one.
I don't, but now I feel like there's this expectation that I need to have an analogy, and I don't want that kind of pressure, Dana. Would you like to repeat it?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I do find it funny that the CDC says there was no political interference at the same time smoking documents show political interference, and I'm just wondering if you have to be a liar to work for the government or the government makes you a liar. I just don't know. Right now, it looks like politics is cinema. These teachers union have to act scared. They have to act reticent to come back, and that's how they get paid. And that's what happened here because there was no risk. And that's not me saying there was no risk. The New York Times says there was no risk, and I'm sick of the New York Times saying the same thing I've been saying, except months later, and then my mom calls me and says, "Did you see, Jesse, what the New York Times said?" Yeah, Mom, I know. They said today the risk is minuscule to children. minuscule. They said children don't really catch it. Quote, it's not even contagious there. And they said hybrid learning is hurting, and that not opening schools up fully hurts the economy, and it hurts working women the most. So I don't know, they're Johnny come lately to that. But also, Dana, where's the Republican Party? When you showed the video of Dr. Jill and the president in a classroom hearing from students say how this Democrat policy just destroyed their lives this year, why hasn't a Republican senator or congressman held a press conference at a school like that? I mean, that would have been big. I mean, do I have to do all of the heavy lifting around here? The worst part about the whole story, though, in the research packet, which I read today, it said, well, Biden isn't certain schools are going to be open this fall because, he doesn't have a crystal ball. But at the same breath, he says, if we don't spend $1 trillion on green energy, he knows the Earth's temperature to a degree in 100 years. It's hard to square those.
Let's take a look at that, Sam. This is Anita Dunn, the president's, I think she's called senior counselor, on schools reopening in the fall.
He said probably. He didn't say absolutely. But given the science, if the vaccination program in this country proceeds, if people do go get their vaccines, he does believe that schools should be able to reopen in September and reopen safely following the CDC guidelines. But he said probably.
But Juan, if I were a parent and my kids weren't in school, I would pull my hair out at an answer like that because remember, the teachers were allowed to go to the front of the line to get the vaccine, but they still said they wouldn't go back to the classroom.
Had to correct and been like, no, that's not.
Yeah, I think it's a much bigger issue than just the teachers, though. I mean, in my opinion, Biden's going to have a big problem.
Him on
the schools aren't
pronouncing
open in
his
the fall. I
first
think it's going to be a big.
Because they literally came out and was like, well, the president's opinion isn't the opinion of the White House. What?
What?
Yeah, what? How does that make sense?
Psaki came out one day and had to, because he had called the southern border a crisis. Then when he did that, when he slipped and did that, the next day, Psaki came out and said that Biden's opinion was not the official opinion of the White House.
So whose opinion is the official opinion of the White House?
Knows.
The butler?
Nobody knows, but she said it openly to the world.
Good.
It's Joe's
God
dog.
Almighty. He really is a meat puppet, isn't he?
Yep. Joe's dogs are
Always
the
has
official voice of the White House.
Hey,
and
the
opinion.
Puppets were a good band, so don't even use that phrase.
I still wonder if Joe Biden's dogs have just been exclusively biting people who aren't white.
You know what I think's funny is that, a bunch of Jews stuck some German shepherds and locked them in a building with a bunch of minorities and expected them not to be biting someone.
Oh, jeez. Damn Germans again.
Yeah. Stick them in with minorities and Jews. And they're biting everyone. Who knew?
Yeah, and then have everybody have beef treats in their pocket.
Yeah. Well, everybody is a beef treat at that point.
Yeah.
I mean.
Indeed. All right. So, we keep rolling. All right.
All out economically, picking up on Jesse's point about working women with children, need schools open in order for them to get back to work, and they also need daycare and the like. So I think there's a problem. Now, the caveat that I would add here is I don't think it's just up to the government. I think a lot of it's up to us as the American people. We still have a lot of people who won't get vaccinated, and that's on them. That's not on the president. So if you're in a community, given that we're now at the point where there's more vaccine than demand for vaccine, if you live in a community, Dana, where let's say 30 or 40% of the community is vaccinated, meaning 60 or 70% is not, that might be a problem if you're a teacher, because it means that there is still, a potential spread of the contagion in your district, in your neighborhood.
But if you as a teacher are vaccinated, then...
So how many people have had
the CDC says, I think right now it's 30% of us have been have had 2 shots.
Under the
So we're
age
fully
of
vaccinated. I would
16
hope that
have
the
had the
teachers are that way.
vaccine?
But I can see,
Zero.
this whole argument
Because
about
it isn't approved
because
for kids. They haven't approved it for kids yet. Pfizer's trying to get it approved.
Yeah, they're applying for EUA right now for kids 11 to 15, and they are also applying for a separate EUA for kids 2 to 11.
That's why the teachers got to the front of the line to get vaccinated. That's why I was able to get vaccinated so fast. Okay, now you guys are vaccinated. Get back to fucking work.
Yep. Oh, shit, man.
It's time to declare them. It's time to declare their jobs to be critical infrastructure the same way that we did the air traffic controllers back in the early 80s, and tell them that if they don't show up back to work and start teaching in person, they're fucking fired.
Baylor Medical is doing test runs on children right now with the vaccines. They started testing on children.
That's totally a violation of the Geneva Convention. Children, even parents can't give permission for children to be medically tested on. It's no.
They're starting with the 2-year-olds, 2 to 5-year-olds right now.
Fuck that. Oh my, that makes me so mad. Oh, that makes me so mad.
hear you.
So speaking of, my dad just sent me an email about how vaccines are safe for pregnant women. Like study. I'm like,
which
oh
vaccine?
my god.
Because it depends on the vaccine.
Pfizer
I would
and
wait until
Moderna.
And
no, I would wait until after I had that baby if I was going to get vaccinated.
No, I wouldn't get like I said. It's I am considering. I haven't even made the decision yet, but I am considering getting the Pfizer shot.
There's a commercial that plays over here where the woman asks this chick, she's like, "Why did you get vaccinated?" And the lady goes, "Because I'm pregnant."
They're having a big push to have pregnant women get the vaccine right now.
And they want guinea pigs, right?
Which I don't understand, because this virus acts like this virus acts similar to like a nasty flu, which doesn't break through the placental barrier.
But
so is there something that they're not telling us?
Well,
90 days ago, they were saying pregnant women should not get the vaccine.
I'd like to go in on what Dumbbeard said, and that this is not a vaccine. First off, vaccines involve viruses, and this was made with no virus. None of these injections was a virus used to make that.
Right. This is just
Yes,
a theory.
thank you.
Well, the theory's been around for 15, 20 years. They're just now, trying to roll it out.
Now, the as far as pregnant women, the reason that's important, because right now everyone's being a test subject. This is just an open Tuskegee experiment. And if you can get an RNA injection, and there's this thing called, it has to do with the way that proteins are built in the chain from DNA to RNA to a protein. And things only go in one direction, and they thought. And what made AIDS special was that it was sending data back into the DNA and creating that way. I forget what the technical term for it is. It's a standard genetics principle. Anyway, but there's a whole different level of genetics when you are mutating something and then it's being born. Like, that's a whole mutation strain if you're changing genetics. So you could be changing humanity from that first generation through changing the genetics while it's in its conception stages. And that's why that's important. Like, I could see that. Because this is a genetic, this is going to come back to bite us in the ass, and everyone who's had it is going to come to find out that their actual DNA was changed by a reverse transmission. God damn it, I gotta get that one.
Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and crank this back.
There are several men, probably mostly fathers, in the chat screaming about how they know for sure you're not supposed to get a vaccine when you're pregnant. Yeah. This is the only time in my lifetime, and I have 4 motherfucking kids. I gave birth to 3 of them. I have kids. I know what vaccines are about, and I've been pregnant a couple of times. And I can assure you that every doctor I've ever talked to while pregnant said, don't even think about getting vaccines.
Yeah, I know women who had to have their teeth pulled because they got a tooth infection, and they wouldn't give them anything to treat the infection because it's so...
They're pregnant.
Well, because they're pregnant, and that baby, that baby is so vulnerable.
Yeah.
So you go in and you're starting to, and the thing is that this is like, it's almost like hacking. When, once you have, it doesn't, a lot of people think that you got this really long hack. No, usually it's short and it's very potent. And what it is it's just a door. So that, you just need to be able to have a what we would call a terminal. So, as far as we know, these could be terminals to where that can be affected. Well, now you got to get this vaccine, and that just changes it to this. And they're using this mRNA process as a terminal process to your most basic genetic biology. Like, you could just, Have you seen that video where there's a military briefing?
Is this
They're
any
talking
better?
about they had figured out in the brain what makes people who are religious and stuff like that, and they could turn that off.
Yeah, that I was talking to somebody about that. That's I talked to the CIA that the guy that's getting a divorce.
Bill Gates?
Bill Gates. Yeah, Bill Gates was giving to the CIA, talking about that that virus that triggers that part of that attacks that part of the brain that
there's a reason
where the idea of worship of God comes in.
No, there's a reason. There's a reason they got divorced, and there's a reason there's no prenup. Yes. There's a reason for that. There's a reason.
Yeah,
because it was marriage of convenience from the beginning. They agreed before they got married that he would be able to spend 1 weekend a year with his old girlfriend, and his old girlfriend had to approve of the person he was marrying. You tell me.
Dirty. That's some weird Scientology sounding shit to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's keep rolling with the video. All right, because we got another one after this. I want to make sure we get everything down until we can cruise. All right? So we're burning through this. Let's hop through.
If you're an electrician, a plumber, a firefighter, a policeman, or a teacher, your union's job is to represent you. And a conservative watchdog group says, oh, look at these emails. Guess what? All these unions put pressure on politicians, give money to politicians. You may disagree with the teachers, but to demonize them like that's not fair.
I don't know, Greg, I don't know anybody that's demonizing teachers. The CDC took language directly from the teachers union and put it in the guidance. They waited 2 weeks to put out the guidance because they said, remember, Walensky, the woman who runs the CDC, said in her personal capacity that kids could go back to school. That's what the White House said. Oh, that was her personal capacity. But actually, we know now, because based on these emails, she actually really did believe that, but then she waited for this guidance based on, I imagine, some political pressure, and then pulled her personal opinion back.
Yeah, Juan brought up the other unions, and it's a really actually kind of an interesting point. They aren't doing this. They mentioned that the teachers were, for the past, 16 months or whatever, were in the front lines. No, it was it was the police and the fire department, the people delivering our food, the people that work at the supermarkets. They're the ones that are doing all the work, that are keeping us in the media fat, and we can sit here and make comments because all these other people are working and not complaining. And yet there's only one union that is standing out. And after a while, you start wondering what is going on with them, because it's like if you've ever been involved in a deal, and every time when you're trying to buy a house or you're trying to buy a car, and this person keeps raising objections every step of the way, it suddenly dawns on you that they don't want it to happen. They actually are doing everything possible just to string you along until you give up. Because I don't understand this. All the problems that we basically face right now have to do with teachers' unions. The fact that there's no competition in poor or lower income neighborhoods, that's teachers' unions. These students are stuck with one choice, and they're holding all the marbles. So it's like, imagine having only one cable provider. How that sucks. We would never stand for that. But somehow we're totally cool with these poor neighborhoods having absolutely no competition. And so this is the consequence, is that you can't do anything. People aren't, there's no option for them. We have to change this. We have to use this crisis. And by the way, this is another crisis. Biden now has two major crises, but no one wants to use the C word with him. If it was Trump, they would call it a crisis. But right now, we're playing down huge issues because it's a teachers union who have inserted themselves into this process because they can. Why can they? Why do they have the power? I don't understand this.
Katie, I just want to show this graphic real quickly. This is gender equality in school and how the lack of normal schooling is hurting mothers. So you see there in terms of women with young kids not being able to get back to work, right? And you wonder, for a White House like this, who wins out? The women or the teachers union?
Well, the teachers union and big government proponents. So now they're extorting even more money, again, by saying, well, if we want women to get back in the workplace, we have to pass this new human infrastructure bill to the tune of almost $2 trillion in order for women to go back to work, while they ignore the fact that they have allowed the teachers unions to control, now we know, CDC guidance when it comes to kids going back to school. Dan, if you look at the dates, okay, so February 3rd was when Dr. Walensky came out during an official White House press conference on COVID and said teachers do not have to be vaccinated for teachers to go back to school safely. The next day, Jen Psaki comes out and says she was speaking in her personal capacity, and now we know that's because they were allowing teachers unions to guide the science that they claimed that they were following when it comes to school reopenings. And so they're following the money here. They used to say that we had to pass the COVID relief bill, which was $2 trillion, in order for teachers to get back in classrooms so that they could pay for ventilation, they could safely get back to school. Well, that passed. So now they're saying, well, if you want women to get back in the workplace, you have to pass another human infrastructure bill for government-paid childcare. So this is all about growing the government, expanding the government, and for Dr. Jill Biden to go to that school today as a teacher who claims that she cares about kids, and to listen to that and not come out and say teachers unions are holding these kids hostage, they're holding their families hostage, and they need to get back to school, is pretty cowardly, considering that she claims to stand up for the best interest of her students. She has more in terms of responsibility here than a lot of first ladies do.
The teachers union actually broke records in terms of the political donations that it made in the first quarter of this year.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
And so, if you think about it,
when I was vice president with Barack, he allowed me to put together a budget for Amtrak, and it had money for high-speed rail at 200 miles an hour from Charlotte, another line going from in Florida down to Tampa, another line. If we had moved, Gov, we'd have that tunnel fixed in New York now.
Well, because first, if you take the two words, religious liberty, number one, religion, faith is important. There's nothing more important in life than faith. Nothing. And even if you're not a believer, not a Catholic or a Christian, there's nothing more important than freedom of conscience, freedom of thought, to believe what you want to believe. I mean, if you think about all the other freedoms we have in the Declaration of Independence, freedom of speech, right to bear arms, all those things, what do they mean if you don't have the right to believe what you want to believe? So you can speak, but you can't speak about things that you believe, right? You can assemble, but you can't assemble about things that you believe. So all of those other rights, I always call them sort of secondary rights. The principal right, the principal goal of America from its founding was the idea that we could pursue the good, the true, and the beautiful. We could pursue truth. We could live our life the way God calls us to live our life. And we had people from all the, if you think about this country, I don't know of any other country in the world that was settled predominantly by people who were coming to practice their faith. They came here because they were not allowed to practice their particular faith in their own country, and so they came here mostly from Europe, and they set up a country that was based on Judeo-Christian principles. When I say Judeo-Christian, the Mosaic Laws, 10 Commandments, and the teachings of Jesus Christ, the morals and teachings of Jesus Christ. That's what our founding documents are based upon. It's in our DNA. You know, if you think of other countries like Italy and Greece and China and Turkey and places like that, they've all sort of changed over time. I mean, they've been there for millennia in many cases, and their culture has sort of evolved over time. But not us. We came here and created a blank slate. We birthed a nation from nothing. I mean, there's nothing here. I mean, yes, we have Native Americans, but candidly, that there isn't much Native American culture in American culture. It was born of the people who came here pursuing religious liberty to practice their faith, to live as they ought to live, and have the freedom to do so. Religious liberty. Those are the two bulwarks of America, faith and freedom. I mean, you hear it all the time now, faith and freedom, faith and freedom. But it is what makes America unique in the world. There's no, I mean, I was corrected by somebody that, because I always say that, you know, our founding document, the Declaration of Independence, says we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. That our rights come from God. No, I used to say no other country in the world has a document that says it, but I was corrected. Ireland in their constitution does. But other than Ireland, the United States, and Ireland wasn't born with that. Ireland was around for millennia before they put that in their constitution. We were born with that. It's in our DNA. It's really not in the Irish DNA, as you've seen. It is in our DNA. Because the people who came here, that's what they believed. And so, and the people who came afterwards, you say, well, many people have come afterwards. Why did they come? Because of that DNA. They came because they saw freedom, and the opportunity comes with it, but also the ability to live their lives and to practice what their conscience tells them.
I was serious watching the interview in my office. I cannot believe the first words out of his mouth weren't, I'm sorry, I said something ignorant, I need...
Yeah, that little speech talking about the Native Americans and stuff, okay, that was part of like an hour-long speech that he was making about faith, okay?
But that was accurate.
Okay? Yeah, and this is Don Lemon's reaction to it.
You should apologize for being accurate.
Hey, get your cups out, because these are some salty tears.
To learn about the history of this country, no contrition, didn't talk about, the suffering that Native Americans have had to deal with in this country. It was, Rick Santorum, really? Did he actually think it was a good idea for him to come on television and try to whitewash the whitewash that he whitewashed? It was horrible. It was horrible and insulting, and I apologize to the viewers who were insulted by it, because I was sitting in my office furious, because he's done it so many times. Many times. And it's just, I'm sorry, it was so egregious and insulting, and everything that we talk about the founding of this country. Europeans did not found this country.
Was he so upset?
It was here. The Native Americans had this country before the Europeans came. Yeah, the Europeans conquered the country. They colonized it, but they didn't. It had nothing to do with the founding of this country. And he should recognize that. He needs to know that, especially if he's going to be on television representing us and talking about it. He should be doing it from the right perspective and not from some perspective about how, what Europeans... No, that's the wrong way to look at it. That is
So were people here on the continent?
I'm sorry, but that is the truth. And I can't believe I was watching it going, I cannot believe this man is sitting here and doing this. It was like for Black Lives Matter, it was like Native American Lives Matter moment for me watching that.
Well, ask yourself this. Once, you deal with the emotion of it. Why are things like that said? And why does he not apologize, but say...
That's not for me to answer. That's for him to answer.
But you have to, because otherwise you're not going to have any place to put your pain.
I don't know. Listen, I don't have a place to put my pain. I have this platform, and I have to be honest about it. And so I've got a place to put my pain. I'm talking about the people who don't. I'm speaking for the people who don't.
I know, but you got to do more than just echo the outrage.
I'm not echoing the outrage. I don't even know about the outrage.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
That's where you're wrong.
No, I don't know about the outrage. Let me tell you, I don't know anything about this whole Rick Santorum thing. I don't know anything about that. I was sitting watching that interview, and I'd heard bits and pieces of it. And when I saw him, I said, was he going to apologize? He's going to say, because I knew initially what he said, but I don't know anything about the outrage. I know nothing about that.
You have to understand, I'm not talking about the outrage against Rick Santorum.
The reason that Donald Trump
is not Twitter. What I'm saying is...
This isn't about Twitter. I don't care about Twitter.
Well, but that's where the reaction is, and then the media hypes the reaction. What I'm saying is this. I had him on because I want people to see what this is. There is no mystery for you guys.
People know what it is, Chris.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Because if you just dismiss it, Don,
I'm not dismissing it. That's
he's
the point.
wrong, that's not the truth.
But sometimes people are wrong.
But why do people keep saying it then?
The whole reason, because we allow...
He is apoplectic, y'all. I mean, really.
Allow them to say it.
No. You're not a
And
censor.
Yes, it is.
It's
I'm
because
not
it gains
censoring.
acceptance.
I'm not censoring. And you're saying I'm censoring. I didn't say censor him.
Well, you said we allow them. You don't get to decide who says what.
I cannot believe that he came on and the first words out of his mouth was a contrition.
How can you not believe it?
I'm dying, you guys. I'm dying. Like,
for him to,
I'm
he's blaming, then he turned into this thing about the Republican Party and Trump. This had nothing to do with Trump. The only thing it had to do with Trump is that he was one of the people who allowed
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. If you'll remember, we all had it cemented in our minds as right when a certain president reminded us by getting it wrong.
Oh, fool me once.
It's Bush.
Shame on you.
Fool me twice.
If fool me, can't get fooled again.
I personally
Look, now we
get
all
fooled
know we're
again.
wrong. Okay, and in fact, that former president, George W.
I just conflated a football song. I mean, a Who song with an idiom.
Yeah, fool me once, you don't get fooled again.
I think that was a stroke of genius by him. And I think that he is like, it was almost like a Hannibal moment, because it's better to get, especially for him in that time, for him to fuck that phrase up than to finish it and let them have that soundbite.
Right.
Bush is among one of the few Republicans left who get the reality that his party is in a position of doubling down on a bad thing, a toxic tailspin. And it is time for all of us, especially the Democrats, to realize that they are about to get bitten by the minority party again. And they need to figure out what to do about it.
Minority party?
I want you to remember, 2010, then Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell made it clear what his mission was as it pertained to President Obama.
Our top political priority over the next 2 years should be to deny President Obama a second term.
And he meant it. People didn't believe it. They thought it was just talk. Today, he said it again. What is his mission with respect to President Biden?
100% of my focus is on stopping this new administration.
Like their focus was on stopping Trump.
This is why I say, don't pet the snake. And you know who knows all of this?
It's
and
a
yet
turtle,
seems
not
like he...
You know his wife is Chinese, bubonic. Right? Yeah, and she's married to her dad was a shipping magnate, or is a shipping magnate. For the red Chinese. Yeah, no shit.
Yep. Yeah, I don't look. I don't. Republicans just get the same as the Democrats.
Exactly. Two sides, one coin.
Yep. They're both wings of the same bird of prey.
Here. All right. Well, y'all just want to get straight on that shit, people, because they're snakes and they don't change.
He is willing to pet the python again. The man who was Obama's vice president for all that, President Biden. Listen.
He said that in our last administration, Barack, he was going to stop everything. And I was able to get a lot done with him.
Was he? I mean, the president may be right on some essentials, but on the big ticket items that this President Biden now wants, let's remind, McConnell killed Obama's jobs plan. Never happened. Obama's infrastructure plan. Never happened. No to comprehensive immigration reform. Universal background checks. Never happened. Even with Aurora, Sandy Hook, Charleston, the Pulse nightclub tragedy. He never held a hearing for Merrick Garland's nomination to the Supreme Court and refused to fill more than 100 other judgeships. He then flipped the rule when they had power back And we know what happened with the Supreme Court. We know what's happened with the judgeships. Look, Biden should get this because he gets what the impetus for all this obstinance is. The party is all in on opposing Biden as a way to show fealty to Trump. And the president knows it. Listen.
They're the opposite party. That's what they do. It's just
significant sort of mini revolution. I don't ever remember any like this. We badly need a Republican Party. We need a two-party system. It's not healthy to have a one-party system. And I think the Republicans are further away from trying to figure out who they are and what they stand for than I thought they would be at this point.
Now first, not only is he right that you need two parties, but I think it's time for a real conversation about whether we should have 3, 4, or 5 legitimate parties and have more stakeholders in our representative base of government. But that's not right now. Right now we're in a crisis. Biden's right, which is why he and the Democrats need to figure out how to get things done and fast, or they will be fooled again. Instead of moving toward compromise, the GOPQ or the Republicans, whatever you want to call them, they're becoming more intent on us and them. No we. The politics of lie, defy, and deny. You know what we're all watching right now? The latest illustration. Liz Cheney, the number 3 in the House, right? Of VP Cheney pedigree, now getting ousted. Why?
Yeah, and I decided not to put a package together on her deal, right? Fuck. But fuck that bitch. That's what I say.
Using to advance the big lie about the election. That's all. That's all it's taking. The current number 3, she just put out a response tonight, in this effort to stop the party from purging her from leadership. We're at a turning point. We got to remember our values. We got to remember our principles. It's going to fall on deaf ears. Why? Because this is all about being square with Trump and what he wants. Now, on the outside, the same Retrumplicans who are trying to silence Cheney by taking away her right to speak as a leader are crying victim that their speech is being silenced by big tech.
Dude, they can't let him go. They cannot let him go at all. They have to mention him every fucking time that they have a show. It's crazy.
See, this is what motivates their opposition. They attack, but then play the victim. They're now crying about Facebook, that the oversight board ruled to keep on banning Trump over the big lie and inciting a violent insurrection, with the caveat that a permanent decision needs to be made within 6 months. We're going to get into it and deeply tonight. Why? Well, is being online in this platform, Facebook or any of them, is it a right or a privilege? Is it their rules or is it yours or is it somebody else's? We're going to take that on. We have a key player. But first things first, we have the main Democrat.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Okay.
We're discussing what to do about the
Actually, it is the public square at this point. Twitter and Facebook. And
when I was 17, I quoted Zora Neale Hurston's "How It Feels to Be Colored Me" in my college application.
They have even called it the public square when they're at the hearings. They acknowledge they are the new public square.
The public space.
They call it the public square so long as it's convenient for them to call it the public square. As soon as we tell them, well, it's a public square, you can't exclude people, then all of a sudden it's a private platform.
Yeah,
right.
It's a private business comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
What about AT&T, Verizon, Cricket, all the other mobile carriers that are in the same? Never mind. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, he's like Retrumplicans. Okay.
I know he's retarded.
He said Retrumplicans because that's his ratings.
Yeah, and no shit. All right, so this next part is like this next piece is about 30 minutes, but it's kind of all covers the same shit from different perspectives, and then at some point we'll stop it and maybe talk about it ourselves. And there's 2 of these, all right? Everybody's seen one of them, but I put the other one on too, just because. All right, y'all ready? This is about the CIA's new commercial that they've got out. A couple, actually. We've got 3 commercials on YouTube.
These are terrible.
When I was 17, I quoted Zora Neale Hurston's "How It Feels to Be Colored Me" in my college application essay. The line that spoke to me stated simply, "I am not tragically colored. There is no sorrow dammed up in my soul nor lurking behind my eyes. I do not mind at all." At 17, I had no idea what life would bring, but Zora's sentiment articulated so beautifully how I felt as a daughter of immigrants then and now. Nothing about me was or is tragic. I am perfectly made. I can wax eloquent on complex legal issues in English while also belting Guayaquil de mis amores in Spanish. I can change a diaper with one hand and console a crying toddler with the other. I am a woman of color. I am a mom. I am a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I am intersectional, but my existence is not a box-checking exercise. I am a walking declaration, a woman whose inflection does not rise at the end of her sentences, suggesting that a question has been asked. I did not sneak into CIA. My employment was not and is not the result of a fluke or slip through the cracks. I earned my way in, and I earned my way up the ranks of this organization. I am educated, qualified, and competent, and sometimes I struggle. I struggle feeling like I could do more, be more to my 2 sons, and I struggle leaving the office when I feel there's so much more to do. I used to struggle with imposter syndrome, but at 36, I refuse to internalize misguided patriarchal ideas of what a woman can or should be. I am tired of feeling like
Imposter syndrome is a generalized feeling that you believe that you're achieving
You'll
more.
be exposed, right?
Right, you'll be exposed because you're achieving more than your level actually, requires. Right,
And you'll be exposed.
It's also
imposter.
feeling
AOC.
like,
AOC has that.
you're feeling like you're undeserving of where
Right.
you've gotten yourself.
So she's embarrassed by being successful?
Yes.
That's what she said. Yeah, pretty much.
So she's retarded?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, this.
I'm supposed to apologize for the space I occupy rather than intoxicate people with my effort, my brilliance. I am proud of me. Full stop. My parents left everything they knew and loved to expose me to opportunities they never had. Because of them, I stand here today a proud first-generation Latina and officer at CIA. I am unapologetically me. I want you to be unapologetically you, whoever you are. Know your worth. Command your space. Mija,
Clear heels to work.
Too bad the Oscars were last week, because the CIA could have gone home with more gold than William Devane.
I was wondering.
Have you seen
Anyone
their
notice
latest
what
recruitment
shirt she was
video?
wearing?
It's a gut-wrenching
Yeah, it was her
portrayal of
shirt
one
for
woman's
her.
triumph over bigotry
Had
and
the
injustice in a
communist
world
fist
filled
on
with
it.
pain and confusion.
Yeah.
The communist.
I'm a woman of color. I am a mom. I am a
Same thing.
cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I am intersectional, but my
anxiety,
existence
like
is not a
99% of the
box
planet.
checking exercise.
Wait,
How the fuck
didn't
is
she
she
just
in a
check
commercial
every...
wearing that shit?
Because
By
it's
the
a
way, who
ladies
actually
logo,
says I'm
you know.
intersectional? I mean, besides my couch. Here's more.
You have to confirm it.
I used to struggle with imposter syndrome, but at 36, I refuse to internalize misguided patriarchal ideas of what a woman can or should be.
I think
I
you're
am
right.
unapologetically
It's
me.
the-
I want you
To internalize.
I refuse to internalize patriarchal. So she's making shit up.
Patriarchal concept.
No, that's exactly it. That's like what the imposter syndrome is. It's because it's the same feeling that a man might feel, trying to get a job and feeling like, that they have to struggle with emotions like, oh, do I deserve this? Or, will I fit in this role? It's not, it's an emotion that everyone will have. But this is that rah, strong women, we deserve it kind of.
Women's is strong.
They're inventing like having a problem so that they can have a solution to it.
Well, I really don't think if you should be openly admitting that you have a problem with something with the word imposter in it if you work for the CIA.
But it's empowering.
Yeah, imagine our enemies watching this shit. Imagine the people that fucking hate us. Yeah.
I have a very my perspective on this is very, because I have a disability, right? And when I hear people label themselves like that on characteristic, like, you can't control being a woman, you can't control being cisgendered or transgender, you can't control being gay, you can't control being disabled. Why are you only celebrating those characteristics?
Why are you defining yourself by those characteristics?
Yourself by those characteristics?
Because they don't have a personality, so they gotta have something to tell people about themselves.
Like, yeah, I go by blind press, right? But I don't sit there and make every goddamn stream I do and every video I do, oh, poor me, I'm blind, look at how much I struggle. Like, there's no need to do that. Why is it cool and trendy to be like, look at how I struggle with the things.
Well, that's the whole lefty thing is like, I'm not a person, I'm my damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, all right, so how many hit points can you get? Because the more hit points you got, the more woke you are, right? Or the more envied you are in the woke culture. Right.
I was just watching one of Scribe's old videos. It was one of those education ones, and it was called like the Walk of Shame, where they had the kids in a line, and they say, where your parents divorced, take a step back, and that kind of thing.
The whole line goes back a step.
Yeah, they would go forward or back depending on how much privilege they have and the kind of questions they ask. And it's almost like, is it empowering when you're in the back of the line? Like how many boxes you could check.
Shirt that's on.
That seems kind of abusive.
Yeah.
It's abusive as fuck, man.
Follow it up by telling these kids that at the end of the exercise, whoever's standing the furthest to the front is actually oppressing whoever's standing furthest to the back.
Yup.
It's like they might not say it, but you know that's what it means.
Privilege.
Exactly.
Privilege.
That's insane.
All right, let's keep
And
rolling.
it's a visual aid to help those kids look at their fellow classmates in a different light. That's why
Yeah.
they do that shit. Because kids are very visual learners.
We're going to go
Bullshit.
make the world a better place by damaging our kids more and more.
No. By damaging a certain class and and economic. It's interesting. It happens to middle class kids, not just. I'm sure that there's occasional.
It's getting there, man.
Yeah, we'll say peripherally. It's not. It's really a class thing. It's not a race thing, in my opinion. I really do think.
Absolutely.
But
Or at least that's a part of
damage them
it.
all.
Yeah.
To be unapologetically you, whoever you are.
Damage all of them.
Just what we wanted in a secret agent,
yeah, they've
one
already
who
been
blows
doing
their cover 5 seconds after meeting you. They replaced CIA with TMI. Talk about oversharing. How could this person go undercover? Aren't spies supposed to have a secret identity and not identify openly as 18 different things?
Not everybody.
Forget name, rank, and serial number. Yes, my name is Susan Thomas. I am an art
but it's
dealer
just a
traveling
joke.
abroad. But really, I'm a bisexual,
She's shaped like a
non-binary,
pear.
gender studies graduate with student debt and childhood trauma who's in the CIA.
And clear heels.
Whoops. I should have left that part
like
out,
the
and I have to kill you. The whole point of being the CIA is not being true to our identity, whether you're Latinx or Scottish, especially if you're Scottish. The bagpipes are a dead giveaway. So I say get over yourself, or selves. But sadly,
Put your
wokeness
earrings
is
in your
now how
mask.
we do business, and even the CIA is in on it. Man, was I dumb. I thought that kind of PC build had an expiration date once you graduated, like playing hacky sack or listening to Cat Stevens. The understanding was that this stuff was worthless once you left college. But I was wrong. The wokesters are now officially everywhere, drowning us with their box-checking vernacular. Could you imagine being interrogated by a new age agent? Talk about torture. No. Ahmed, we saw you purchase the ingredients for the pipe bombs. You were obviously acting out against the racist, classist, patriarchal colonizers trying to prevent you from being your best, most authentic self as a result of your lived experiences as a survivor of your chronic bedwetting, or as we call it, creative peeing. You will confess to anything to stop them from droning on about themselves. Yes, I had a bomb in my shoe. Please stop forcing me to list my favorite role models of color. So I admit this is like shooting sustainably raised salmon in a barrel. This video is not exactly top secret, and this woman is serving her country, so good for her. But every blinking Yahoo on this planet can see how silly America's premier intelligence agency actually is. Even Twitter laughed, but not the CIA. These videos came out of multiple meetings and strategy sessions. The fact that they put this out there is kind of a huge blind spot. And spy agencies shouldn't have blind spots. It's like your dad getting an earring for his 50th birthday. Maybe this video might even get people to join the CIA, but me, this level of malarkey couldn't get me to join an orgy. But maybe that's the point. One more non-binary intersectional type means one less angry white male like me on staff. You gotta wonder what the world thinks of this. Our enemies are giggling like Don Lemon on a bicycle. It's just the image that I find humorous. The fact is, we have foreign enemies who dream of nothing more than killing each one of us every day. And I doubt that Oprah-level, university-approved talking points about gender and race would scare them. And by the way, have you ever wondered what a politically correct secret agent might look like? We already did.
This Christmas, Bond is back like you've never seen him before.
You hungry? I had an extra one.
You're not gonna have me.
Of course not. Violence is so uncivilized.
It's the same James Bond you know and love, rewritten to please even the most progressive, socially conscious moviegoer in 2018.
What'll it be, sir? Let me guess. Martini. Shaken, not stirred?
Latte, soy latte, extra decaf.
Extra decaf?
Other beans, sustainably sourced. I only drink organic, farm-raised, homegrown, cruelty-free coffee.
I have no idea.
With intrigue and suspense.
Your move, 007. Is it? No, seriously, is it? I don't know how to play this game. I saw at a TED Talk recently that competitive activities only encourage toxic masculinity and marginalize disenfranchised communities into unjust hierarchical structures reinforced by a bigoted and corrupt system.
You're bluffing.
What's a bluff?
And it isn't a Bond film without seduction.
Well, James, I've had a really lovely evening. Cats, come inside.
You know, I don't appreciate the heteronormative assumptions in your proposition. It's regressive anti-neo-feminist rhetoric like that that perpetuates a patriarchal society of oppression and gendered subjugation, not the least of which I care to contribute to.
You could have just said no.
So get ready for the most politically correct secret agent of all time. No guns, no gambling, no girls. It's James Bond in The Spy Who Consensually Agreed in Writing She Loved Me.
You must be Q.
It's LGBTQ.
Oh my gosh.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to reject virtue signaling of all kinds. Good luck. This segment will self-destruct in 5 seconds. What did you think when you first heard that video? I mean, it's the language that drives me crazy. I like the fact that she's serving the country, but it's the CIA. It's touchy-feely.
Well, the CIA should be about recruiting the best and brightest that there are, about protecting this country, about stopping bad actors, bad people, bad things from happening. And here we are putting the focus.
You know what I'm saying?
Like how I worry that I'm not brilliant and beautiful.
Okay, I'm not right. That's not what I meant. The bigger problem in this that I noticed, and I only watched it like 3 or 4 times, so I wasn't sure what I was watching. I was waiting for you to walk out and be like, gotcha. But I didn't hear anything about America in that entire thing, or serving your country, or don't worry, 3 a.m., I'm on the job. Well, we know you can't because of the imposter syndrome and the anxiety. You don't like dark, quiet places, so you can't do it. Like, this was like the me. We're not about country, we're about me. And this is the one business where you cannot be singled out and recognized and given participation trophies for being in the CIA. You're supposed to be America first, duty to country, and honestly, yourself is second.
You know, it's interesting. I think that's probably the concern. Besides, it's just the language to me is so strange because it's not original. This language is being passed along through academia, and everybody picks up on it. But it's the triumph of the me over the we. Wow! I just came up with that.
I wanted to be a librarian the first time I set foot in a library.
Clever.
I was always a little different, even at that age, and
I was always a little different, even at that age. So, all right, this is the second one. You know what I'm saying?
Special.
I'm special. I'm different. Where's Brian? Where's my finger? I've got to smell it. Smell the finger, people. Smell your fingers and thank God you're not like me.
libraries offered a safe, quiet space where I could find tens of thousands of escapes into worlds of fantasy, mystery.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Good night, guys.
Good night, y'all.
Night.
And I'll see you tomorrow, all right?
You got it. That's right.
Trek.
Star Trek.
5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk about sex among the stars.
Sex among the stars.
All
Good
right.
meeting you.
Have a
First
great
ever
night.
black lady who kissed William Shatner.
Yep. Good meeting you, Bubonic, and it was awesome meeting you too. So have a great rest of the stream, guys.
You too,
Good night, BP.
Bye.
Kick some butt.
I dropped her link in the chat for those of you who aren't subbed yet.
Oh, thank you.
Go sub to
You're
BP.
welcome.
That's right.
And my Twitch channel's in my link tree too, so I'm gonna be gaming over there now.
Yay.
All right.
Gaming.
Have a
There's
great
no,
night, guys.
there's no oil spills coming out of this BP.
That's right.
Right.
Good night.
All right, fam. See you later.
I wanted to be a librarian the first time I set foot in a library. I was always a little different, even at that age, and libraries offered a safe, quiet space where I could find tens of thousands of escapes into worlds of fantasy, mystery, and intrigue. After finishing college, I entered the workforce as a middle school librarian, where I was able to bring that dream full circle and match my students with the perfect books.
Librarian.
Now, I get to experience that same type of fulfillment in a very different way here at CIA. I love my job because I have no idea what type of research question is coming through the door next. It might be as simple as an HR officer needing to clarify a law, or as complex as an analyst needing to help identify something they saw in a video still.
Nose rings are
There's something
okay.
incredibly rewarding about knowing you are having a very real impact of potentially global proportions.
It's an antenna.
As an agency librarian, I work to ensure that our collection and services are matched up with what CIA needs. Not only am I involved in the acquisitions of...
Yeah, he doesn't. He didn't mention that he's he mans the glory hole in the men's room. So.
Journals, books, and countless electronic resources. I'm also encouraged to curate special collections that challenge expectation. Recently, I brought in our intelligence gaming collection to give officers unique opportunities to practice skills they need in their various roles. Instead of sitting for hours in front of a computer-based training, they can play a carefully selected game to train a specific set of skills while simultaneously building on the myriad soft skills essential to intelligence work. My favorite thing about CIA is that they encourage the out-of-the-box ideas that drive real progress. Growing up gay in a small southern town, I was lucky to have a wonderful and accepting family. I always struggled with the idea that I might not be able to discuss my personal life at work.
He grew up gay in a small southern town.
And a lot of people have, and they're perfectly fine. What's his point?
He's wearing a key around his neck.
Usually if you grow up in a small town gay, you usually, when you're at the age of 18, you usually go to the big city of your state where all the gay people are.
Gay.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And so I don't know.
Just because you grew up gay in a small town in the South doesn't mean you're Truman Capote. It doesn't make you
exactly, man. Excellent.
The insinuation is that all the small towns in the South are full of people that are intolerant of homosexuality. But last I
That's the
checked,
insinuation.
but the last I checked, Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, was one of the most popular movies of the 90s for a fucking reason.
Right.
Hey, men, how relatable is this guy?
Being gay is
Because
no
that woman, I don't know.
No, you know, it's like
Not
that.
even relatable as a librarian. What the fuck?
Well,
Sorry.
a lot of times in the South, you know, the Klan had its share of gay men, right? But it was all, you know, hush hush. But they knew what everybody knew what everybody was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now he's a hero,
So,
right?
Right. Well, you know,
It's small town, irate. You know as well as I. Everybody knows not only what everybody else is doing, but who everybody else is doing.
Exactly.
And they don't fucking care. If they did, there would be a whole lot of men and women with their asses beaten in the middle of the streets because everybody knows they screwing each other and they're married to somebody else.
Here.
The only reason that they care is because, you know, they have to have something to talk about down at the coffee shop on Tuesday morning after they get out of the fields, you know?
Exactly.
The thing about CIA is that they encourage the out-of-the-box ideas that drive real progress. Growing up gay in a small southern town, I was lucky to have a wonderful and accepting family. I always struggled with the idea that I might not be able to discuss my personal life at work. Imagine my surprise when I was taking my oath at CIA and I noticed a rainbow on then-Director Brennan's lanyard, which I later learned was designed by PINCALO, one of the many employee resource groups here at the agency. I remember being stunned. Since then, however, I've learned that far beyond the resource groups, inclusion is a core value here. Officers from the top down work hard to ensure that every single person, whatever their gender identity, race, disability, or sexual orientation, can bring their entire self to work every day.
Are slamming a new CIA recruitment video,
identifies
calling it
by
woke
those
propaganda
things?
that's gone way too far. The promotional
City
video
folk.
follows an
That's
unidentified
propaganda.
36-year-old Latina CIA agent, and it has been
Do you
criticized
really have
for
no
pandering to
personality?
progressives.
That's
Surprise,
all
surprise.
you're
Take a
about?
listen and judge for yourself.
Who you fuck and what you
Nothing
look
about me was or is tragic.
Shit
I am
matters
perfectly
more than
made.
anything else.
I can wax eloquent on complex legal issues in English while
Wax
also belting Guayaquil de mis amores in Spanish. I can change a diaper with one hand and console a crying toddler with the other. I'm a woman of color. I am a mom.
I've been reading international, like, State Department level shit for like decades, and I've never seen wax elegantly like on any kind of.
But it sounds like it could have been a thing at some point, so
not
she
a
said
memo.
it.
What are you talking about, Trippy?
She said wax elegant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wax elegantly, like.
Not wax eloquent.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
sorry.
like
That
it's-
just struck me.
Yeah, no shit.
So she can't articulate an argument. We all know that.
Obviously. She
Because
probably
you
can't tie her
baffle them with
shoes either.
bullshit if you can't dazzle them with brilliance.
Can't tie her shoes either. That's why she's wearing clear heels.
Clear motherfucking heels. Are you
Well,
serious?
all right, so my
Sorry.
deal is that, all right, so what, you know, there's always been this press because everybody's story needs to be heard. Everybody's story needs to be heard.
No, it fucking
Keep
doesn't.
it to yourself.
You know, it's like, okay, so all right, 2.3% of the population are like this, and a percent of their population is like this. So that's the subgroup, right? So you're telling me that 0.03% of the population of the planet is that, you know, we have to, if we don't leave these people out, our fucking society is going to fall apart.
You're on the wrong
If
side
we
of
don't
history.
acknowledge them.
Right?
It's like-
you're on the wrong side of history, okay? And we're gonna win this culture war that they started.
Well, there
They're
may be a
already
war, but
winning.
there's a bomb in my pants, bitches. So
They're perpetuating a
bam.
culture war, but they're like, we're gonna win this culture war.
I am a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I am intersectional, but my existence is not a box check.
That Saturday Night Live skit. It's really pretty funny. I mean, if you want a definition of wokeism, this is the woke salad all dumped into one bowl right here. Incredibly, the CIA bowl. I mean, I can't get out of my head. I am a cisgender woman diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I mean, it's funny. Honestly, it's funny. But here's the thing: we do have to take it seriously because, to your point, look at this, Kelly. We know for years that the Soviet Union did their best to break America internally by tribalizing us, like we talked about earlier. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to turn us in on each other based upon our superficial differences. And
Becca, is that true?
Maybe.
They put her on the spot.
It's true, man.
Now, here we have, you know, the entity
reminds me
tasked
of
with
our
protecting our
less
country
informative
through foreign
massacre
intelligence,
porn.
embracing all of that, you know, and yes, that serves China, that serves Russia, that serves all of our enemies. It does make us weaker. And one more quick point, Kaylee. You know, the left has defined themselves as the cool rebels, the counterculture for quite some time. Please, that's over. You have every corporate boardroom, you're Coke, you're Delta, and guess what? Now you're the CIA. You are the man, the left.
That's exactly right. Well said, Will. We do have a response from the CIA I want to get in here. They offered this response, quote, in 2019, we started our ongoing social media series, Humans of the CIA, where we share stories about real officers and their roles advancing the agency's national security mission. Our goal is to humanize CIA through our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook accounts so followers can see themselves here and apply. Harris, your thoughts?
So we're right.
Necessary.
We were right.
God.
Are not human. So there's
Man,
no
y'all get the feeling that maybe that there's some kind of like alien intelligence that's fixing to make their presence known to us.
I hope so.
And they're just fucking breaking everything right before they do it because they're going to try to take us over?
No, all the aliens are going to be gay.
Yeah.
I think it's to be put in a helpless spot to where we can only submit, you know.
Get us nice
I don't know,
and
man.
for a couple of
It's going to
years.
be crab people, man. That's what it is.
Crab people.
The crab people?
Crab people.
They're gonna show up. They're gonna show up, get out of their little
like
ship,
crabs.
start talking to us.
People.
Freaking
Dude.
Yeah.
You know, 20 years ago, we were going to. We were afraid to approach you. We wanted to set up a careful negotiation because, you know, you humans were scary 20 years ago. Now, fuck, we're just going to annex your planet.
Yeah, we're taking this shit.
Pretty much. This is
It
a
all did
joke.
start, though.
They
Bubonic's
gave up the
right.
planet and made it docile.
Bubonic's right. It all started with Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Yep.
The Crier Award for Diversity and Inclusion.
It's going to be another bubonic.
Wow.
That's right, great choir. That is a perfect. You know, you think about it. It's like I'm trying to move there. All right, let's get to Tucker. All right, and we'll roll out and end Tucker here.
I'm a woman of color. I'm a mom. I'm a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. And then she told us, hilariously, the spunky new CIA lady, intersectional, but, and pause for laughter here, and we're quoting, my existence is not a box-checking exercise. Well, of course it isn't. Box-checking? Come on. Just a cisgender Latina millennial mom of color with a certified emotional disability. Not a hint of box-checking there. In fact, that sounds like pure meritocracy. If by meritocracy you mean a system in which narcissism is the highest achievement. At Joe Biden's CIA, the spies talk mostly about themselves. Just imagine what the job interviews must be like. Tell us about yourself, and please don't ever stop. So you can change a diaper with one hand and console a crying toddler with the other?
No, but it is highly narcissistic. This, if you think about it, right? It is narcissism. It is all about, you know, you and your truth, man. And that's the most narcissistic shit you can think of. Me and my truth. I make a duty in my pants. Please wipe me. Please. I'm making duty. I make doo-doo in my pants. Please wipe me. Wipe me, mommy.
Pat me on the head some more. Pat me on the head. Please pat me on the head. Continue to pat me on the head.
Right.
Fuck you, shut up.
Plus, you're emotionally unstable? Perfect! You're just the person we've been looking for to foil the next 9/11 plot. Let's get you to the farm.
Where's she gone?
If anybody says my truth, you can just pretty much ignore anything they say.
Yo, shit. I can't stand it. It really bugs the shit out of me. It really bugs me, man. You know, because there's the truth, okay? There's your experience, right? Which you bring to the table, and that's cool. But you don't get to have truth. I don't understand it. People are so fucking stupid. It's just getting dumber. You know, and somebody said, you want to figure out how stupid the country is? All right, pick the dumbest person that you know. All right. Most of the people are half that intelligent. Think about that.
I don't want to think about
the
that.
people are half as intelligent as Joe Biden.
Oh,
I'm so scared.
That dude needs some crickets.
Yeah, we got oh dude, it's going to be a huge cicada year. We got that to look forward to.
Oh, because you had that heavy gold snap. It's gonna be a loud summer.
I love that
Well, they have
sound.
like cycles, and they'll hibernate. They kind of like hibernate for so many years.
17
And
years,
this
yeah.
particular group of cicadas is like one of the largest groups. So they've been like underground for I think is it
17 years. 17.
17, yes,
17.
17 years. I think there's a 9-year one too. Yeah.
They
There's
mate,
also a
they,
seasonal one.
They mate, they molt, and they die. And
They're so cool.
they are cool as fuck. They look like
They're weird looking.
gigantic houseflies with small eyes.
They're weird looking.
I know, they're cool. Have you ever like seen just a shell? You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
All
that's
over the
what's cool as shit. Yeah, I know they're everywhere. All right.
For some weapons training. That's your CIA at work. Now, not everyone has embraced these new hiring standards. The CIA used to be about mission to country, wrote former CIA officer Brian Dean Wright in an observation that was widely shared by many of his former colleagues. Now it's about demanding and getting accommodation to fix an emotional wound or advance a personal agenda. America is less safe with this new CIA and dangerously more political. That's what Brian Dean Wright wrote. Now, Wright is a sincere and patriotic person. We know him well. He's a frequent guest on the show. So we do not contradict Brian Dean Wright lightly. But is it possible that Wright is taking this video too literally? Could he be missing the point of it? What if the CIA's latest description of itself is not what it appears to be? This is an intel agency, after all. These are spooks. Their world is a hall of mirrors. So to you and me and Brian Dean Wright, that video may come off as the Babylon Bee version of identity politics going wild. But maybe that's the point of it. Maybe that's what they want you to think. Maybe there's something more going on here.
Oh.
What was that, Bubonic?
I said, since everyone's acknowledging this is spooks, why isn't anyone just like, hey, this is just a total fucking mind game? Like, and they're taking it seriously. I kind of like have a hard time with people taking it seriously.
That's where Tucker's going with it, though, dude.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry.
No, that's why you're here, man.
For months now, the Biden administration has told us that a group called white supremacists are America's most dangerous enemy. White supremacists don't live in the Middle East. Their caliphate is right here in America, in Nebraska and Western Maryland, and believe it or not, even in the suburbs outside Minneapolis. Who saw that?
Alabama.
How can you tell a white supremacist? How do you know when you're in the presence of one? It's simple.
Michigan.
Anyone who objects to being called a racist without evidence must be a white supremacist. That's the working definition of it. Beyond that, no one has to find the term. People in Washington just repeat the line again and again and again in the apparent belief that frequent repetition makes it scarier. And apparently it does. Former CIA Director John Brennan seems genuinely alarmed.
Now looking forward that the members of the Biden team who have been nominated or have been appointed are now moving in laser-like fashion to try to uncover as much as they can about what looks very similar to insurgency movements that we've seen overseas, where they germinate in different parts of a country and they gain strength, and it brings together an unholy alliance frequently of religious extremists, authoritarians, fascists, bigots, racists, nativists, even libertarians.
Well, that's quite a list. Religious extremists, authoritarians, fascists, bigots, racists, nativists, even libertarians. Yes, says John Brennan with a visible quiver in his face. Even libertarians. Even the guys at the Cato Institution. That's how deep this white supremacist threat is. You may be surprised to hear that. You imagined in your naivete that professional libertarians...
Well, Brennan was saying that the day after the whole January 6th thing went down. You know, Brennan's been parroting that shit for a while. You know
what he's talking about? He's talking about any kind of grassroots movement.
Yeah.
He was saying the same thing under Obama about the Tea Party.
Yeah.
It's almost verbatim the exact same.
So yeah, so he helped get a lot of people like vindictively reamed by the IRS. You know, which is
he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
$20 billion for the IRS they're wanting.
What?
Yeah, they're wanting to throw $20 billion at the IRS to upgrade it.
For what?
To make it a better, stronger IRS.
Yeah.
You gotta get that COVID relief.
Well, you know, all right. So you know, they're tasked with the medical part of this stuff too. So if we get the one payer system, that everybody knows that the original Obama plan was designed to fail. So it was supposed to go into free fall to where the only option would have been to be one payer, but the bailout fucked them up, man. People, anyhow. All right, let's roll through this, all right, and then watch some cars or some people get hit in the balls.
Libertarians were merely ridiculous with their stupid little theories that no one's ever tried because they're so absurd they would evaporate like steam if they ever made it beyond the walls of whatever Coke-funded think tank they live in, though of course they never will. Oh, but it's much worse than that. The Cato guys are dangerous, John Brennan says, just like their diabolical friends at AEI. They're the new Al-Qaeda. Lock them up. Throw them in prison with those diabetic retirees from Central Florida who've been rotting in solitary since they dared to trespass at the Capitol on January 6th. Lock them away. From now on, if they want to communicate with Roger Stone, they'll have to use tap code. If we need more cells to hold them, there is a budget for that. Prison reform does not apply to white supremacists. That's what John Brennan has told us. That's what they're all telling us. They repeat it daily. The question is, does anyone with an IQ over 80 actually believe a word of this? Does anyone in power really think something called white supremacy is the single greatest threat America faces? No, of course not. No one thinks that. Susan Rice knows it isn't true. So does Barack Obama. So do all of the other architects of this particular lie. They made it up in the first place, so of course they know precisely how false it really is. They may be liars, but they're not delusional. In real life, they understand perfectly well what actually threatens America. They've seen it up close. It's the culture that produced them. It's the decadent rich people from their class at Harvard. It's the gender studies department at Cornell. It's the cat cafes in Austin and Asheville. It's the Monday editorial meetings at the Atlantic magazine, where David Frum is treated like an important intellectual rather than some dopey middle-aged Canadian Twitter celebrity whose life goal is to force America into yet another unwinnable, pointless war. Those are the people who actually detest the country. They're the ones who are working through the night to destroy it. They're the people who are committed to and in the process of excusing violence. So if you wanted to save America, these are the people you'd be worried about. They make the Iranian nuclear program look like nothing. So maybe the CIA actually does know this. Maybe they really have figured it out. Maybe the intersectional lady with the emotional problems is in fact a deep cover operative. Think about that. It makes sense, actually. When defeating ISIS was the goal, we recruited Arabic speakers. Why wouldn't we? Now that our own professional class is obviously the real threat, we need people who can blend in at McKinsey. In the Middle East and here, we need agents who understand the enemy, who speak his language, who understand his customs, who can break bread with tribal leaders in a yurt in the mountains, or for that matter, in Napa or on the Quad. For a mission like that, we are going to need a brand new kind of spy. The old kind will not do. Yeah, good luck, pal. Good luck on the Brown campus. Yes, those were cigarettes without filters, but not the right kind. That guy was smoking testosterone-enhancing tobacco. Think the enemy wouldn't notice that? He would have been arrested at the door on a hormone violation. Game over, cover blown. They do to him what the Soviets did to Gary Powers. Get ready for a show trial. But this progressive new CIA agent, by contrast, would never be discovered. They wouldn't suspect her for a moment because she's just like them. They're unhappy, she's unhappy. They've got diagnosed emotional disorders, so does she. They can talk about themselves for 8 hours at a time, she can too. Talk about deep cover. This woman is a natural mole, the Kim Philby of wokeness. The Biden administration appears to be training a lot of spies like this. They know that this is a war that will not be won in a day. Existential struggles never are. So they're marshaling all the forces of government, from DHS to the president's own personal flak. Even the Interior Department has a role to play. Watch these ladies try out their social justice disguises.
My name is Laura Daniel Davis, and I recognize that I live and work within the ancestral lands of the Anacostans in the Anacostia and Potomac River watersheds. I acknowledge the place-based knowledge of these peoples, and I'm grateful for their ancestral and current stewardship of these lands. My pronouns are she, her.
My pronouns are she and her, and I recognize that I live and work within the ancestral lands of the Cheyenne and Ute people.
My name is Amanda Lepton. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the director of the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management. I recognize that I live and work within the ancestral lands of the Haudenosaunee and Mohican peoples.
Ooh, I want to give thanks to the Anacostians. I acknowledge the plant-based knowledge of these people, and I'm grateful for their ancestral and current stewardship of these lands. My pronouns are she and her. Now you listen to that from an employee at the Interior Department, and you think to yourself, that can't be real. And let's hope you're right. Let's hope it's a ruse. Journalist Glenn Greenwald has been watching this particular operation for a long time. Way back in 2015, we looked it up today. Glenn
We'll go ahead and spin through this.
Pivot to identity
I mean,
politics.
I think I've made my
Clarity that
point.
seems almost clairvoyant
Right.
today.
Yeah.
Wish we listened to him then. He joins.
Well, fuck. Oh, you weren't kidding about
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh. Oh, shit.
Well, what a moron. What are you doing?
That's good hooker control right there, man.
Great.
She sleep.
Hooker removal systems.
Ding ding.
She's taking a nap.
Bell ring.
Yeah.
Guess what for dinner tomorrow night?
Point of privilege.
You know it's serious when they start pulling off shirts.
Yeah.
Gotta take that shirt off. You don't want to accidentally tear it or get it dirty.
Up there's the pants pulling up. You see it?
Yep.
Man, he's gonna sag himself to the ground. You gotta pull it over that gut.
Yeah.
I'll come up one.
How much of your boxers I can see determines your level of intelligence for me.
And the level of fighter you are. Like he's gonna trip and fall on his face because he can't keep his pants up.
So the more boxers you can see, the less intelligent they are.
Yeah.
The more boxers you can see, the less they can box.
What about ass crack? How does that work?
Well, you get points for plumber's crack.
Yeah.
Some inbreeding going on.
Oh, see? Point made. Point made. Oh!
Last jaw.
That was a nice move right there.
This dude can't even swing.
Oh my gosh.
He's not dead. Maybe he is. He might be dead.
No, he's getting up.
Well, the one friend that didn't want to fight apparently had enough, yeah?
Yeah. What's going on here? Oh.
Evidently, the mosh pit got a little carried away.
We must have not nodded at the right
Hey,
points.
I was at that Pantera concert.
Pantera
They
got
stepped
black?
on his pumas.
Nah, man. Nah, it was very, very white. It was very, very white.
Yeah, this is definitely
every time.
No, this is an Isaac Hayes concert.
The
Just
most
stomping
dangerous
him while he's down.
being were primates.
They got
So that
folding
dude's
chairs.
gone.
Dude in the green shirt is out.
Look at all those photos of kids.
Here comes the
It's like,
that white
look at all
cop.
those unpaid child support payments, just laying on the ground there.
Oh, man.
Somebody's wallet exploded and showed all their kids. You guys got 50. Peanut must have been there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. He's the short one.
Yeah.
White security guard. That guy's oppressing everybody at that concert.
Everybody.
He's oppressing
there.
all of them. Yes. Man, don't use my t-shirt as a towel.
I just had to use a t-shirt as a towel because I spilt my fucking glass of drink everywhere.
Me and Becca and Johnny saw a girl using her pillow as a towel on Twitch.
No shit. Yeah, I'm guilty
Did
of
she
that.
ever
Pretty
find
ass
the spider?
pillow. No, she never found that spider.
Ah. You're gonna have to go back to her channel if she's ever live again. Let her know that the spider's back and he's on steroids. Chicken the Pink is drunk as shit.
Hard pass.
That dude is.
Yeah.
They were stomping his head while he was down. That dude's not okay.
No.
He's fine. He's taking a
Yeah,
nap.
man, they're built for that, man.
What?
He was
I hate
oppressed by that
shit.
white security guard.
I hate that jumping in bullshit. It's some weak ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to school with nothing but that. Oh.
She's crying.
Well, oh, man. Yeah, they had a thing for a little while where they were driving around in like minivans and just hopping out and jumping people. And then
They
we
should have had a
hopped.
clown car.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
They
it
borrowed
didn't last
mommy's
It
minivan.
didn't last very long. It was like,
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
1 summer long until like, the
You know,
good
these
old boy.
little plastic Statham versus Jet Li, I didn't think Jason was going to win.
Uh-oh.
You know? Uh-oh. Gong. Right in the dick.
Oh, did he? Oh my God, that was funny as shit.
Oh, he just got a cell phone and hit by
Oh, that's instant karma.
That was some Grand Theft Auto crime stopping.
No,
right
that guy
there.
was stealing the car.
Yeah, they got off the bike and they're running after him.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm hurt, man. I'm hurt. Stop
Man,
it.
it's real icy out.
Oh!
Oh.
What the fuck?
Oh, everybody's getting their kicks in.
Yeah, dude.
Mike.
This
Dude,
is
don't be a
right
dick.
here.
You know?
Stop
That's
jumping
it.
in.
I hate the jump in shit though.
This is different though. This is righteous punishment.
What happened?
Well, I guess that's fair.
What did he do? Just
He
stumbled?
tried
He
to
was
snatch
he
a
ripped a
purse.
woman's chick
Yeah, he-
He's
purse.
holding
I
something
missed.
though.
Sorry.
Now look at this.
Oh no!
Oh my
No,
God.
no.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh! That hurt.
Just turned that Audi into an innie.
Uh-oh.
Oh my
Dead.
gosh.
And he just keeps dancing.
Yeah,
No,
that was a
better.
yeah, that was a real broken neck.
So that black dude hit his nuts so
Wait a
hard.
minute,
he
was
became
this-
a-
Oh. Oh shit.
It's the same guy, man.
Oh my
Oh boy.
Hi, ladies. Right.
I know, right?
Too chubby to try that shit.
Yeah, this is fat gymnastics right there. These are always hilarious.
Nut shots on purpose, dude. That's what that
What
was.
did you think was gonna happen?
I know, it was like
Did he
lined
think it
up
was a
perfectly.
swing?
Oh no!
Oh damn!
That guy recovered
Damn,
fast.
yeah, that was a great recovery. He tucked his chin on the way down, man. It was a
Yeah.
beautiful, like, that was really, like, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Spider
again.
monkey motherfucker.
Are we all
Oh,
learning
damn.
something?
He missed with the bad move. Somebody's head's going through a window, ain't it?
Is that ice cream truck?
I know, I
baseball
hear
bat?
it.
No,
It's
he's
so
got
nice.
a ball bat.
Yeah, I hear the ice cream
Yeah.
truck too, dude.
He took
There
that
it
bat
is.
from the dude who tried to hit him with it.
Mexican
Oh, this shit
bowling.
here is cool, man. I love watching
Bull
this. right here.
poker,
This is balls.
and that bull poked her.
Yeah.
Mexican musical chairs.
That's
That
Guatemala
was a nice grab.
Uh,
On the bike grab.
cops.
Yeah, he didn't even
oh
dismount.
my gosh. The fuck they doing?
I don't know. It was vague.
They call this sex?
Criminal beatdown?
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a child molester.
Probably.
God damn it!
Ah.
Stop jaywalking.
Yeah, they
What's
just
this
like
guy
beat him down and then got on their bikes and left.
This is the same guy again.
Any?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's the same one. Okay.
Well, no, it only played twice.
No, this shouldn't be wide. I don't know. I had it at the right aspect ratio. But yeah.
What is going on?
Hello.
Hey,
The bomb went off. They were doing
Flashbang.
it.
Or explosive.
Shout out Clouds. Thank you for the $5 for beer money.
Aw.
Nice.
Yeah.
Aliens,
Thank
yeah.
you.
I saw blood.
Yeah.
I see more Dr. Pepper in your future.
Dots of blood.
Dr. Pepper.
That's not blood, man. That's just good communism.
It was tomato soup.
Yeah. Next time you want to film a fucking dude take apart a bomb, you know, it's like a
You're in an
deactivate.
empty room.
Yeah.
First off, too many people, too many bystanders. That's inexcusable right there. Whoever-
Always.
Oh, he's gonna jump into a boat or something.
Oh.
Oh! That's sharp too.
Timing.
Yeah, it is.
What's
Oh
this?
no.
You gonna let it go?
Oh.
Look at the background. Look at the background, though. That doesn't that look like it's like a video place?
Look like a garage.
Yeah,
You know what
it's
it
like
looks
a
like? It
basement.
looks like a single dad with a toddler kid, and that's his
Okay.
like his studio apartment. That's totally what that looks like to me.
Oh no!
Oh, my God.
Why would you
Oh.
attempt that?
Oh.
I told you, fat guy gymnastics, dude's always hilarious.
No,
Oh my gosh, we used to do this all the time. It is so much fun.
You've done this? Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh,
I doubt you've ever been
right.
flung
You
into
have
the
to let
grave.
go.
Well,
Yes,
the crane
you
guy
have
just
to let
stopped
go.
it. He just-
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
just
he got
stop.
stuck.
That's not
He
how
got
momentum.
stuck.
Yeah,
That's
we
not how
used to
that's
do
supposed
this
to go.
in a swampy area. And it was so
Ah.
much fun.
You're supposed to let go of the chain or something, and then it throws
Yeah,
you.
it'll swing
Yeah.
you, man.
Yeah.
It'll swing you like a
awesome as shit.
motherfucker.
I'd be down for
But
that.
his foot got
Yeah,
caught.
you're supposed to go around twice to get far enough away and then let go.
Yeah, totally down for that shit.
Yeah, oh, it's so much fun.
It's crazy and dangerous, but
Yeah, I bungee
Yeah,
jumped
it
off
is
a
pretty
crane
dangerous.
without the cord once, just because
What
it had
is
that
these
pillow there.
Crips doing?
this is a shootout somewhere.
Oh, really?
Well, I
Yeah,
saw
they
pistols.
keep
Yeah,
on
yeah.
sticking the pistol around the corner.
Are
They're
they
not
cops?
actually
Are they cops?
looking. They're just sticking the pistol.
They were
around the corner.
cops, yeah. That was a
Don't
SWAT
look
team.
shut, man.
Whoa, what kind of mask is this guy wearing?
Is that
First off?
underwear?
Adventure.
Is it
Underwear.
a guy or a woman?
It's a turkey.
Oh,
It's a
look at
turkey.
that.
It's a turkey mask.
It's underwear, dude.
It's, no? Oh, okay. I thought it was one of them. turkey
Yeah,
masks.
that's amazing, man. Oh,
Beat
they're all
your
there
ass.
He
Yeah,
must have used
women.
Gorilla Glue.
Women with their hair.
That's what she did, Becca. She styled her hair with Gorilla Glue today.
Yeah, just don't let go, man. You don't let go, and you've got this whooped.
Hey, Hellcat.
She was like, picture on camera now.
Wow,
Oh my god.
Fucking
Just that-
tweakers, man.
Just the way she was running, though, with her head down and shit.
Oh,
He's like, I'm going to change positions. Get
oh
on top.
no. Oh, with her heels. Oh, what a dumb.
Oh.
What are they
She's gonna get
That's a
on top.
fetish.
doing there?
Uh-oh. Here it
Oh,
goes.
this one's fun. Oh.
He got hit like 3 times.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's Hook's Law in action right there, boy.
Oh.
What is this dude doing?
He
What
about
are you
chopped
doing?
off one
He's gonna shoot himself in the
no.
dick.
in the dick. Oh, no.
Oh
Why?
my gosh.
Pull the trigger, buddy.
Oh, fuck no.
That's how we
more
make sure
kids.
there's no more bullets in there. You know?
Some people are just stupid, man. You know, to a point. I know.
No, dude, it's like idiocracy. That guy's dick's gonna get repaired, and he's gonna have like 8 kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Shit.
Becca, have you seen Idiocracy?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna have to add it to your list.
Yeah, definitely see that.
Oh, shit.
Because taller people make better pictures.
Watch this.
Yeah.
This is great.
Oh, I love this one.
I know this
Michael
is but
Jackson
fun.
didn't do well. I mean, Michael Jordan.
Faked out. Oh. No.
Indeed, Cronin. You gotta add it to the list.
Did you guys know Becca was here that night?
Really?
Yeah, she was
What?
at that bar.
Was I? Yeah, I was
Yeah.
there. I was totally there.
She's filming.
Yeah.
What's going on in this bar?
No, I know how to turn my phone sideways for a good
Oh,
Right.
video.
Oh, it's a Buffalo Wild Wings. Look at the shirt.
Oh, it's a Buffalo Wild Wings?
How can you hear anything if it's a Buffalo Wild Wings?
Right?
We know it's
You know.
not Buffalo. You can never hear anything. It's like the music's like.
They have
And this is why we
sensors
can't
that
have
turn
wolf
off the
things.
music when
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like how the big guy locked the door.
Good night, Hellcat.
No, you don't get.
Not y'all.
Just keep it.
Mr. Johnny.
He's the one that locked it.
Hey, watch out. The floor's wet.
Get everywhere.
Makes for a good fighting situation.
Yeah.
Very slip and fall.
Still got his face mask hanging.
Oh, he whooped him good.
Look at this dude.
Gay.
Well, that guy's
Oh my
gay.
God.
That dude right there is 100% gay, okay?
Yeah.
All right, and this is a Japanese baseball game where these two hooligan factions like started going at each other.
You know, I can see the Japanese going for baseball the way the British are for soccer.
They're
I
not
can
7
totally
feet
see
tall.
that.
Some of them
No,
are.
it's baseball is humongous in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's what,
believe
like,
it or not, they got cornbread Japanese guys. Believe it or not, Trippy. They grow some big ass motherfuckers.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I was joking.
Yeah,
around.
there's an empire for a reason.
Yeah.
They got NASCAR too.
Sort of. They have drifting.
No, they got like, well, I don't know
No,
if it's Japan or China, but one of the two has their own version of NASCAR, and it's like
I think black is
more
winning.
crafty.
I think black is beating blue, and red is helping by throwing things in from the background.
Yeah, black's about to take the flank, the lower flank.
Racist.
Yeah, and it looks like white is security.
Yeah.
Color coded.
We're back in the 2 minutes.
Whose side is
We're
red
back
on?
in
I
the
think
green
that's to
room.
decide.
There we
What?
go. We're back in the green room.
Oh.
I'll just
Yeah.
record all of that out of context.
Good
Black with the
times.
blues and the reds and whites. Yeah.
I like the one guy is still sitting in his chair.
I know,
Just like-
he's just like, whatever.
It's just like, whatever.
I like the
man.
guy with the V-neck. Was
There's
that
a
like
dude-
ripped or was he intentionally?
It was a dude eating with a hat on. He was
Yeah.
just sitting down there like, I'm going to have this hot dog.
Yeah, I paid $10 for this hot dog, damn it. I'm enjoying it.
Hope the fight's still going when I'm done with my hoagie.
Oh shit. This goddamn hot dog cost me 20,000 yen. It better be tasty.
No shit. All right, so all right, Tema, A is for Tema.
A is for Atema. Atema the Hun is hopefully going to be making videos soon. Who knows how this physical therapy thing is going to go. Other than that, Boo is here, so I don't have to plug his channel for you guys, but you should check out Insomnus. And
That's not my channel.
no, I'm talking about the people I plug every week.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm high. I'm high as shit. And I'm just like, wait a minute. My bad. Shut up.
And if you guys aren't watching Hard Bastard at least every once in a while, you're really missing out on some colorful and entertaining commentary.
Dude, he has really gotten loose with this shit, man. And it's much better.
Lately?
Oh, it's great.
He's gotten better. He's been better. He's like
Yeah,
he's
it's
loosening
different.
up. He's telling jokes. He's got these little segues and bumpers and shit that he's using that are funny as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good stuff. Good stuff. Maybe a little racist, but hey, it's funny. It's funny as fuck.
Good old
Just
fashioned
saying.
family racism.
Just
And it's
funniness.
not even,
Just funny shit.
It's not. It's not even racism. It's edgelord shit. Just using language that everybody's afraid to use. Really.
Here.
So he's back in like 2016.
Yes.
Possibly before
Good for
that.
him. Shit, you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want.
That's right.
All right. So B is for Becca.
I will have another episode of Fairly Just Becca tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
I don't understand anything unless it's Eastern Standard.
That would be
Real
7
people time.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time for you.
Mm.
You're just an hour ahead of me, that's all.
Yeah.
He was buying a Ferris wheel.
Yeah, it's in
he's
the Discord.
negotiating with someone to buy the Ferris wheel. Because fuck it. Why not?
Who's
Put
buying
on
it?
top of his trailer.
Is it too attractive?
It's just the soundbite I found the other day. It's funny as shit.
Okay,
All
so
right.
for the same reasons that Michael Jackson had a Ferris wheel.
Ding, 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 ding. Maybe.
Nah.
Well, all right. So Bubonic, sell your shit. Shill your channel
He's dead.
or not.
Well, yeah, I muted myself. Sorry.
That's all right.
We got thank you, Trippy. We got an informative massacre report on Thursday nights at 8:00 on Eastern Real People Time. I really just want to plug Insomnus because they've changed their schedule. They're doing Tuesdays and Wednesday nights now instead of Saturdays. So
Okay.
yeah, I want to make sure of that. But I already got plugged by Becca, as always, in the chat. Appreciate that, Becca.
You're welcome.
Tigoni.
So yeah, you can catch me on Massacre Porn
Excuse
on
me.
Boo's channel.
Sorry, y'all.
And yeah, I'll plug Insomnus as well. Everybody go watch them.
There you go.
And watch Boo's channel too. Watch us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Roasty.
Subscribe to all these wonderful people. Show them out to all of your friends. Spread the word.
Trippypoop.
We got a show Sunday. It should be fun. I don't know what we're doing. I'm starting to never know what we're doing. So it's back to that again. But that's my own fault. I don't plan anything. So yeah, Sunday and whatever other day I decide to stream, that's my channel. You know.
That's right. It's your channel.
Oh, and also this.
Dem Arby's boys, wheels up. Ski skirt.
Ski skirt.
Gotta love that skeet skirt.
Skeet skirt. All right, and sorry, prostate. So tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central. Sorry, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll be doing the XD, and be talking about there's this gaslighting shit going on. I mean, CNN's going full force about how CRT's not rooted in Marxism. It's been around for a long time and people have been all about it forever.
Yeah.
Right? All right, and so Sunday, I'm going to be with Erin Bell, and everybody, you need to check her out, all right? Because she's like Maddie and Prospero put together. If you can imagine that. Yeah, she's cool. And I found her in Drone Tech one night. She was just, waxing. She's knowledgeable, very intelligent. So, anyway, and Monday, I don't know. I think we're still going to do Alder James on Monday. Yeah. So, and then on that note, and the week after next is, next Sunday, not this coming up Sunday, but next Sunday will be Carlene Bernier.
Oh, sweet.
In the chair.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and Doc Griffin is streaming tonight. So.
All right.
Nice.
Check out Doc. Check the Doc out. All right, and on that note, let's say bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Loves and loves.
That deal.
Blah, 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 blah.